Looking clean.
Yeah, it looks way better.
It is Mike Ox, right?
My Ox. Off to a good start today, folks.
It is Mike Ox.
I was trying not to laugh.
Dude, that's so good.
Welcome to the stream.
Oh my
We're
god.
a professional BT screen here.
Oh, that's amazing.
You're dead.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
So,
We already got a TikTok clip. We didn't even start streaming.
Perfect.
I got
I think
an
I got you mini dice too.
So as we left off,
Oh, probably.
you guys finished the combat at the Halfgar camp, that kind of place they were held up in those ruins. Brodier kind of delivering the finishing strike to Magni. You guys ended up finding this rune gate, or what you learned is called a rune gate, essentially. This just old, kind of ruined stone archway that Brody was kind of drawn to, and used this seed that he was given before, the seed of Yggdrasil, to where it brought you to the World Tree, essentially. You met Ratatusker, this kind of like 4-foot squirrel that tends the World Tree. No like humanoid qualities to him. He just was able to talk and was a big squirrel. Had like a leather vest on and was very proper and seemed very informed on everything that was going on across the realms. He gave you a lot of lore information that opened up a lot of new possibilities and questions and things, ideas, and trying to connect pieces together while also having more pieces to put to a puzzle that you didn't realize was as big as it is. Brody learned a lot about his place in a lot of things too as well, and the connection between Fear, the kind of bear that you had faced before that initially gave you the abilities that you have now, realizing that to some it was a curse, but to another it's sort of a blessing in a way from the spirits of what it was originally intended for, was for you to be some sort of protector of Yggdrasil and all of the realms essentially. Because you were told if Yggdrasil were to fall or break or crumble by any means, then everything would be affected. After all of that, you return to Skalavik. Returning to Skalavik as well, you were explained by Ratatusker that the travel through the rune gates, the kind of, I guess, interdimensional, but it's more of like realms, but anyhow, the travel going forward, like if you were to go in one rune gate and out another, time does not change. Time is very linear, it doesn't move around at all, but if you go back through the same way that you came into it, time just gets a little weird. So you had some sort of strange time warp occur, where the time that you had spent, maybe the half hour to hour of in-game time in the World Tree that you had spent, was actually 3 months of time that had passed in the actual world of Midgard. So you guys were caught off guard by that a little bit, because once you returned back, there was no snow on the ground anymore. It was a little bit warmer. It was like a spring kind of season. And then based on the night sky that Vogtash could look at, he was able to tell you that about 3 months of time had probably passed. When you made your way back to Skalavik, you realized that quite a lot had changed, but everything stays the same. You know, like as you returned, you could see and look around, there's tons of people there, but before, when everybody was there, it was like, okay, like, they're just kind of intense, everybody's just here hunkering down, not a lot is going on, it's in these winter months, but in the spring season now, there were a lot of boats pulled up onto the beach, there's a lot of people that were up on the actual like ramparts of your village. There are people who are becoming more established in the village itself, a lot of construction happening. Most of the construction occurring right now is a lot of the homes kind of on what would be like the southwestern side of where your guys' village is. Just for all of the people from Kjarvheim who are now established in the village itself, who are having homes and stuff built. There was this kind of little market where all the nomads had kind of set up some market stalls and tents and stuff, to where some of them seem to be established there in some degree as far as trade goes, and some seem to be coming and going, which is another thing of which was a topic of discussion between Kane and the Jarl, as well as Gimdall, of the security of Skalavik, with all of this new attention that has been drawn to it, and the people coming in and out, just from past events of trying to be more careful of things that happen. Oktash had discovered a few new things about Asgard, learned about the Bifrost, as well as star maps and what they actually are, and your connection to them and how you can use them in some ways. Kane also had a meeting with Gimdall and the Jarl, where Kane had learned some things about himself that he has not divulged with anybody, but for the time being, we will kind of have to go back before we can move forward. So when you guys first arrived back at Skalavik, from the time that you arrived back to when we ended the last session, about 3 or 4 days of time passed, basically, where people were tending to their own stuff, going back and forth to one another to get things done, tending to your own homes. Also, the other snippet that I forgot to put in the recap here, when Steiner returned back, he went to his house. He could see a light kind of glowing dimly inside, to which he knocked on the door of his own house before going in, and opening the door with a kind of like pregnant belly was Olga, his significant other, I guess. Yes.
You just said she had a little bump in her dummy, dude.
Yeah, it
What
was.
do you
Just think she just
Didn't
got
she get
Whoa!
Do you think Billy was just describing that she gained some weight?
She just got a little poop.
And with that,
Or drop, dude.
but
Not any more than all the other lore drops she got last session.
no, dude, that was the
That was the one, I guess.
Yeah. But
That's
when you
fine.
guys all first arrived back, Lyra, I kind of took it upon myself that with all the time that had passed, your first thing that you would probably do would be to go and check on everybody. You remember the last time that you... So basically when you guys first arrived and started walking through the village and seeing everything and seeing the weather had changed, people all over, walking around, new faces, old faces, people being kind of established and really busy around here. When you started to get into here and started to kind of see what it was and realizing like, okay, like this could be, and you already had the intention of it being a pretty good home for your family, and you realizing how much of a like matriarch you are for your family now after everybody that has passed, and you and Kaiming being the two oldest, you have taken it upon yourself a lot of times to make a lot of decisions, do things as discreet as it may be. Everybody seems to look to you and your family for the most part. So in these little bits of time that you're usually gone, whether it be the week or two that you come back and then check on things, 3 months passing gives you a little bit worrisome, so you kind of start making your way back, especially from the last time that you left. And we're checking on Dias, using your kind of telepathic abilities in order to kind of go into his mind. You realize that he was kind of like trapped in his own head in a way. You could definitely tell that he was frightened. There was also some hinting that he may not be alone in his head either at times. He was definitely a little bit fearful of things. Time for him just didn't seem to pass even nearly the same. Like for him, he just still thinks that you guys are home. So he doesn't really know anything of what's going on and just seems to be stuck in this perpetual state of just being in his own head and not knowing exactly what's going on. So with that, you started making your way back to check on everybody and make sure everything was fine. When you start heading back that way, like over to where the tents are, the entire wall is up around the village itself. You guys came in through sets of gates that were opened up as you approached. But once you get back over to where your guys' tents are, they're still set up, but you can see also kind of back behind, so like the Sears hut's kind of sitting here, and then off to the left of that, kind of like the southwest corner of the village itself, you can see a bunch of construction kind of going up and a lot of people like over there working on it. From where you are, like looking at a distance right now, you can see Vexen, Arkin, kind of standing over there. Tyranny and Sierne seem to be over by the tents, as well as you can see like this very obvious kind of like silhouette kind of moving inside of one of the tents, the tent that you know that Dias is sitting inside of. So you know that somebody is sitting in there with him. So it is up to you what you want to do when you start walking over there, whether it be talking to someone specifically or checking on Dias, whatever it is.
Oh, we also learned, this may or may not be connected, we're not sure yet. When we were meeting with Ratatusker at the World Tree, he revealed to us that there was a realm that is no longer connected, or like very faintly connected with Yggdrasil, and we're wondering if maybe that's kind of where Dias's mind may be at.
Oh.
We're not sure though, that's just speculation. But it's supposed to be like a dark place or something along those lines.
So this is my first time seeing everybody?
Yeah. Like I said, off in the distance, you can see Arkin and Vexen are actually helping with the construction in some ways, kind of moving stuff around, holding boards up, whatever it may be. They just seem to be doing some labor off in the distance. It's like maybe like a good 150 like or so or less yards away from where the tents are set up, but like you can catch them just based on their attire, really. Like they kind of stand out when they're not in shadows, essentially. But looking at them two in the distance, and then Tyranny and Sierne sitting by the tents themselves, they seem to be just kind of moving through some belongings, kind of organizing stuff. Seem to be even packing some things up to set to the side for when the houses in the distance are built. And then, like I said, there's at least somebody inside of the tent with Dias right now that you're not sure of who it is, but you would assume it to be either the Seer Malada or Kaime.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll approach Tyranny and Sierne first and see how they are, since I haven't seen them since the war.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so definitely being gone for the 3 months that you have been gone, to you it feels like no time at all has passed.
Do we know that 3 months has passed? Or,
Yes.
I mean, like, okay, obviously.
Yeah,
it
you
looks
know,
different
because when you
outside.
first came out, Voktash was able to see the night sky and then
Mhm.
tell you guys, like, it, you know, about 3 months or so, and then the season has, like, just changed, essentially. When you approach and kind of start walking up, like I said, no time at all feels like it's passed for you, aside from the 3 or 4 day travel back to here from where you guys were.
Mhm.
But for the rest of your family, it's been 3 months. You know,
Yeah.
there was a huge war that was going on and fighting to where, you know, they didn't really know what happened. So once you get here, you can see Sierne basically like jumps up, runs over to you, and like puts her arms around your waist and does like this really tight squeeze and hug.
I'll hug her back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you can see Tyranny doesn't quite like jump up and like run over, but she definitely comes over to you know, also embrace you and walk over. It's kind of more like a very half-hearted like little embrace, but she still does.
Yeah.
Sierne, you can see, is definitely like like really happy. Like her face seems to be like glowing, almost like she's just happy to see you. Sierne, same. Tyranny, like they're both happy to see you, but Sierne is definitely way more outgoing, way more happy. Kind of jumps over to you, is hugging you, and she's like, "Lyra, we thought, well, we didn't know what to think, but you're back."
I know. Truth be told, I didn't really know what to think either when we came out of there, and months have passed. I'm sorry I left you. Is there anything I should know? Where's Kaime and where's Dias?
They're in the tent.
Both of them? How are you?
Good, we're good. They're building houses for
See.
us to live in. Except from, it'll be nice to be out of the tents, I guess.
Yeah, after all this time. You say it's well deserved.
But yeah, Dias isn't doing much better. I mean, I'd even say worse. I don't want to be. And then Tyranny just kind of interjects, like, he's not doing well.
He's not doing well? How?
Just not waking up and losing strength by the day.
I'll have to check on him.
Sure, Kaime will want to know you're here too.
Thank you.
I'll go let Ark and the next to know too. I'm sure they'll come by.
Sounds good.
And then Tierney just kind of turns around and starts walking away. Tierney gives you another hug. Just kind of starts turning her back around to start gathering some things up. You can see again and hear rummaging inside of the tent that Dias is in, and Kaimane. When you make your way into the tent, what would you say is probably kind of like going through Lyra's mind at the time, like once you get back of like everything with Dias and...
Well, knowing that there's the potential for an entire realm that Dias could be trapped in, that's kind of on the back of her mind too. Just, she wants to talk to him, but she's worried that she'll just scare him more, because she doesn't want to just be like, oh hey, we have this information that's completely useless, but
Right.
she also wants to think, how can we like keep him going and keep him, you know, full of strength
Right.
while we figure out what's actually happening. So she'd probably talk to Kaimane about it, just like, do you have any suggestions, like what you think I should do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so once you make your way into the tent, a lot of stuff rushing through your mind basically as you're going in, but like once you step into the tent, everything just kind of like fades for a second. Like you kind of get really grounded really fast and like realizing, and it's all just from like one look, like over in Dias' direction. The last time you saw him, you remembered seeing him basically how you've always remembered him, like still like thin build and everything, kind of slightly long hair, you know, palish skin, but nonetheless, when you make your way in, his appearance is much different. Like it's quite obvious. The pit in your stomach that you just like couldn't really shake and have not been able to shake ever since knowing what was going on with him, kind of this worry that you have, this unbearable weight of wondering if he's okay still, and then after all this time passing, it gets a little heavier. And then even if he is okay, like, is that even the right term? Like, what is going to be better? What can you do to like help it? You've been trying to find answers, and all of this stuff that's been going on, it's been hard to really like do anything about it. But now that nothing is going on, and you realize that there is no impending doom or people trying to kill you guys actively at every moment, it becomes a lot more apparent to you that like this is kind of taking priority, because nothing is really taking your mind off of it. Like you've become more focused on this, and now it's the only thing that you're really thinking about. And now you start running through your head of like, okay, what can I do to help? Like, how can I fix this essentially? So when you make your way over to the tent, you enter to find him skinnier than the last time you saw him, which again is strange because the last time you saw him was maybe a couple weeks at best. Kaimane is sitting behind him. You can see Dias' head kind of gently placed in his lap, and then you can see Kaimane is cutting his hair with some shears that he has. You can see how long the hair has gotten. Typically kept probably like at about shoulder length. He would have it with this kind of like half ponytail in place. The hair itself is now kind of like thin, getting a little bit behind his shoulders. You can see these like very split ends on it that are like very frail and kind of wiry, almost making it appear like he is like aged almost, just because of how pale he is and thin he is, to where looking at his face too, as Kaimane is sitting there holding him, kind of upset, like set up in his lap, like his face is a little bit sunken in almost, and you'd imagine that it's just from malnutrition in a way, of like he's essentially in a coma, like he's not eating, right? Like he's getting little sips of water, like people are putting like little pastes of maybe smashed up vegetables or whatever inside of like his gums for it to dissolve or whatever it might be, and then like this, it's just been doing what you can essentially. Like nobody knows what they're dealing with, they're just trying to do the best they can with what they have. And you can see a lot of stuff set up in here. You can see a lot of small candles burning. You can see a lot of these small runic kind of stones that have a bunch of scribbles and such on them. A lot of like offerings to spirits. You'd imagine that Sierra Malada, as well as the rest of your family, has been in here praying to the spirits, doing whatever they can, setting offerings, trying to set up some sort of remedies or whatever it might be to help, because like I said, nobody really knows what's going on. And in the moment that you walk in and all of this just hits you at once when you walk in, Kaimane looks up, doesn't greet like you back, like, oh, welcome back. Like, it's just him getting right into the kind of the thick of it as he's looking down at Kaimane's hair, or Dias's hair. You can see Kaimane in his kind of pretty sturdy form. From the rest of you, he's definitely the most kind of muscular built. He's a little bit above average size. You know, he's a little taller. But as he's kind of sitting there, like holding Dias, you see how much smaller he appears in Kaimane's kind of larger form. Never seen his hair this long before. Not even sure if he would like it or hate it. I just felt like I needed to do something for him. He just starts kind of like cutting away at his hair a little bit with the shears.
She just nods. Kind of takes everything in again and is just really doesn't know what to say, but she says, we have to do something. He's dying. We can't leave him like this. We can't expect mushed up fruit is gonna help him. She's a little angry, but it's more so frustration with like herself because she doesn't know what's going on and she's scared and she's just nobody knows what's going on. So like, how will we even know?
I don't know how much more waiting we can do. I can do even. Every day feels like you could just slip away without warning, and there's nothing I can do about it. I've tried everything. You know, after Father died, it really should have been me who was watching over everyone and protecting everyone, but I just didn't pull my head out of my ass enough to do it. And
You can't blame yourself.
you had to, and you've always been much better at tucking away your own pain to take care of all of us. And I've never said thank you, and he just kind of like reaches out towards you and kind of squeezes your hand at that point.
I like grab his hand and say, you don't have to thank me.
But thank you, sister. Thank you. And even now, when I can't do something, you have to be able to do something. I think you're the only one. I mean, you spoke to him before. You can speak to him again. Try to see maybe if there's something different, something's changed, or
I could try. I mean, what else do we have to lose at this point? So, I guess now's as good a time as any, would you say?
Sure. And he kind of like, as he's sitting behind Dias, kind of holding him, he's like at the same time like holding your hand in one, and then kind of you can see Dias's hands are just basically like at his side, but you can see Kaimane kind of correcting his hands and kind of putting him up onto his like stomach or his chest to put them in more of like a position that's more full of life as opposed to just limp at his sides, essentially. Are you reaching to touch Dias's hands at all, or his head, or do anything, or are you just kind of trying to project?
Yeah, no, I'll touch his hand and then like kind of close my eyes and try and enter his mind, I suppose.
Okay. Similar to before, you use the same kind of telepathic abilities that you have, where you would usually connect a few of your party members' minds together to be able to communicate over distances, but you have kind of gotten stronger over time, and now at this point are trying to use your abilities in this manner. Just from the last time that you were like it was like kind of like a fuck it, like what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna try this, and it worked. To where now you try and do it again, and you feel the connection. You feel it happen once more. It's this kind of extension of your telepathic abilities projected into the very psyche of Dias. Like somewhere you find comfort in knowing that you can do this and that you'll be able to like hear his voice, but there's this little bit of terror and this kind of twisted unknown of what may be here also. Forming the connection itself is a little bit more difficult than previously, which causes you to feel a little bit worrisome as well. It feels distant, almost, like it's a little bit further away. It doesn't feel quite severed, it just feels farther away, almost. Immediately when you tap into his mind, a few things run through yours. The first thing I would say is that you think of your mother, and that her abilities had kind of driven her to some sort of state of madness in a way, where you yourself are worried the same could happen to you. You get headaches at times from it, kind of feeling a little bit out of body or disoriented at times, like if you have done this in the past, like nothing too severe, but just enough to like feel it, like a slight lightheadedness, or feeling a little bit weaker maybe, or like you're just kind of in your own head to where things around you are blurred or fade out to where you can't focus on things really. But now to this point, as you feel the connection, it's not like your body is there, right? Like you're just inside of your head, your eyes are kind of closed. You can still feel the room around you for a little bit before it fades away and you've completely connected to his mind in a sense, but you know that you're there. You don't see anything around you, everything is just dark, pitch black, but you can feel that you are in his mind.
Okay. I guess I'll try and speak and say, Dias, can you hear me?
Immediately after that, you hear this very familiar voice of Dias kind of cracking through. Lyra, are you there?
I am. You can hear me. Where are you?
I can. I'm right here. I hear you. Like you're next to me. I just can't see you. I can't see anything.
Did you say he sounds like far to her?
In a way. Yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you remember us speaking?
Not long ago at all.
Hmm.
You said you'd be right back, and you were. Just feel so tired, Lyra.
I know. Has there been anybody else here? Have you sensed anybody else?
I always feel like somebody might be here, looking, peering, and I can't explain it. There's just like someone's watching me.
Have you ever... You've heard nothing else but me so far? No one else?
I hear whispers, and I can hear something slithering around.
Oh no. No.
You've never felt anything? Only sounds?
My head hurts a little bit.
That's normal. That's okay.
You also do remember that he kind of like was struck in his head when he went unconscious too. So.
Yeah. That makes sense too.
As you're having the kind of conversation like back and forth, like I said, his voice feels like it's trailing in a way, like feels distant. You can definitely hear the weakened kind of tones coming from his voice. Eventually, after the conversation is kind of going back and forth, you hear him like again, Lyra, help me. And then this kind of echoed, like fades into the back of your mind, into these kind of wall-less surroundings that you find yourself in. You go to speak back and you're kind of stopped by this subtle kind of sharp pain behind your eyes. It grows quiet, eerie even, like there's nothing there anymore in a way. You still feel connected, and then it kind of fades and disappears.
Like permanently?
Yes.
Like he's gone?
It feels that way.
Okay. But I have this headache behind my eyes still, right? Okay.
So when you feel that, you kind of, it's almost like you feel like it disconnected. Like you feel the same sensation before where it feels like it disconnected. Like you feel a sharp pain, and then before you can say anything, you kind of like fade out from his mind, essentially. Like you just disconnected from his mind. where like you feel like you could probably do it again if you wanted to,
Mhm.
but it feels like something just happened where you just had like a disconnection from his mind.
Well, if it's just a Wi-Fi issue, I will go right back into his mind. If I
Okay.
can.
All right. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Not that I'm there, but would I feel like she was like forcibly disconnected?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Did somebody
Oh, don't make that face.
Did
Come
somebody
on.
unplug the Ethernet
That's the
cable?
vibe I got. So, I mean, it was just.
He's
gonna
like, hey,
happen.
signal here's bad. You're gonna have to call me back. I'm under
I
a
can't-
bridge.
I will say that you definitely didn't do it, and Dias also did not do it.
Whoa, okay, it was a snake.
How do we know it's a snake?
He's-
Other
well,
things,
slithers.
other things slither. Lizards,
Eels, if they're on land.
Eels, on land eels.
Dark
Land.
entities and voids.
worms,
Worms?
purple worms.
I don't want to use my imagination.
Yes.
I'll just let whatever happen.
Valid.
That is
Valid.
very smart.
Yeah,
You said wisdom too.
Yes.
we fought like
Can I
a
have
weird
advantage
snake
just for
devil.
fun?
Good try, though. It's really good try.
Oh no. It's bad. Oh, is that 5 or 3? No, that's 3. Okay. 9.
9. Okay.
9.
We're not joking here.
Attempting to reach Dias again, you feel resistance. Like something is actually blocking you from reaching the mental space. I will also say that you don't feel like whatever it is deliberate. Like you feel like there is resistance that you're meeting, but it doesn't feel like something is intentionally and specifically keeping you from doing it. There's just something now that is like a barrier or a block in place that you can't seem to get past. This kind of disconnect from that mental space. It does not feel like it's what it was before. As you're trying to connect, you connect but to something, not to Dias'
Oh,
mind. You
That's
feel
so
like
creepy.
as you enter that mental space, as I said, there was a barrier that was in place. You don't feel the connection to Dias. Something else is here.
This
I got
music's
that.
way too solemn for this.
You
creepy-
can feel it. Sorry, you're right. I did actually have other.
We're like skipping through a forest. Oh.
Da 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 da.
I don't like this. Why did I come here today? At least the mountains are nice.
Shadow Mall.
I'm not showing the image because it will just immediately.
No, I want to see it.
No, it'll give away everything.
No.
I can't do
You can't
that.
see it. You can't see it.
Can you tell us what vibe we're feeling though?
Giant
Yeah.
snake devil.
Yeah. Dark void vibes.
I am feeling dark void vibes.
Dark wood?
You can feel that something else is here. And by here, I mean you have gone into a space mentally where something else exists and resides. You have this sudden flash of an image pierce your mind like a dagger.
No.
You're gonna have to make another check here because of how clear everything will be.
I'm gonna see nothing.
Do you have some sort of like ability modifier that you use typically for things like your daggers or like rogue ability stuff? Or like the so like there's one too with like that's what it is. With your connection, is it based off your proficiency bonus or like your level? What is the thing that gives you more time with it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
She
Or
rolls
like
a die.
more people? You roll
She
a
has
dice?
she has a psionic die.
That's what it is. And
And
then
she
you
can
determine the hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's
isn't it up to proficiency bonus the number of people she can connect with?
Yeah, what
That's-
is that one? Does that
that's
have
that.
anything attached to it? Like a
Or maybe
A
it's
skill
a
at all?
ability score?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Let's see, can establish connection with more than must be within a mile of one another? No. Probably more information that I just did not write down with that.
Is there any like sort of saving
Psychic
throw?
whispers. You can establish telepathic communication between yourself and others. As a magic action, choose one or more creatures you can see up to a number of creatures equal to your proficiency bonus, and then roll one psionic energy die for a number of hours equal to the number rolled. The chosen creatures can speak telepathically with them.
Okay, so it's just a die.
Yeah,
Alright.
she has at level 8. She has 6 d8.
Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just have you roll an intelligence saving throw,
Oh no.
and then you can roll on top of it one of your psionic die to like increase the number.
Okay, that's just a d6, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think so too. I'm scared.
I believe in you.
Thank you. At least somebody does. Oh, it's plus 3. Oh, no, it's here. Okay. Yeah. 14.
14. Okay.
You should also be proficient
Yeah, were you
in
close
intelligence saves if you didn't already have it.
Well, I have 0 for.
Oh, well, you would at
And
least
then I have
add
plus
your.
3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait, do I do the saving throws and the proficiency bonus, or the?
that might
just
be
the
that might be added already on your sheet.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
too.
because if you have
Okay, so it is just the plus 3. It's
Yeah.
just 14 then.
The space that you find your mind in, again, eyes closed, you see nothing but darkness for a moment, but an image pierces your mind like a dagger. Instead of... So how I want to explain this is the image piercing your mind is almost like something trying to actually like push you out, but you push past the resistance in order to see something, to like something that gives you a little bit more insight into something. You instantly in the flash in your mind, like when you would close your eyes and try to imagine like trying to see a red apple in your head, like you see this in this fashion, like you can imagine it in a way, but it projects itself into your head of this very thick tree branch coming out of what looks like a dark cave wall. I will also say that the tree branch looks familiar in a way. Like recently, like you probably saw a tree branch that was very similar to it in a way, which is exactly what the point I'm trying to make. It's definitely like a tree branch that looks like the same world tree that you were in.
Oh, okay. That's what I was
It
thinking.
looks very similar to that type of bark and the way that the grooves are, like very deep grooves. You can see the dark kind of wood itself. And on the branch itself, there is a tear in it. You can see like this deep kind of purple split going down the bark itself. And you see a hand kind of reaching out from it. It looks like Dias's hand, and you confirm that from hearing in the back of your mind very, very quietly and faintly. You just hear, Lyra. A new image flashes into your mind, and it is at this point that a tentacle lashes out at your face, kind of like into your head, like lashes outward. You can see as it lashes out, there's a couple more surrounding it as it like pushes your face like back, like your actual body kind of like jolts back from the image of it pushing to your mind, kind of forcing you out of that place and that state of being like in that mind space. You're now back in the tent. When you come back to, like you kind of fall back a little bit. Kaiming sits up. What did he say? Is he okay?
Something's happening. I don't know what is happening, but I lost connection with him. And I went to a place I did not recognize. I did, but it was a cave. It was a cave, and there was a tree branch that we'd seen. This is a lot of information, but just go with me. There was a tree branch in this cave, and I saw Dias's hand, and I heard his voice, and he asked me to help him. And after that, I couldn't even say anything. I got pushed out by. Do I know what tentacles are? Does anybody know what tentacles are?
know
Okay, I
tentacles.
got pushed out by tentacles, and now I'm here. So I don't know. We have to do something.
He kind of reaches his hand up towards your shoulder and like holds for a second. All right, we'll do something. And he just kind of like stops for a second after like checking on you and like goes over to Dias and like puts his head on his chest. It's like he's still breathing. He's still alive. Kind of like puts his hand on his chest, like doesn't like go for a wrist or like his neck to feel pulse. He just kind of puts his hand on his chest. His heartbeat doesn't feel any weaker. He's fine. He just kind of puts his hand over towards you again. be able to do something. Just try to think it through and don't rush in anything.
I wouldn't even know where to rush, to be honest. I just don't know what to do.
Talk to the World Tree Guardian.
I got no fucking clue.
World Tree guy now.
I guess I could talk to the World Tree Guardian, but we can do that soon. I'm not trying that.
Maybe Seer Malada?
Yeah, that might be
She
good.
might be able to help as well. I know that she doesn't have much insight into any of it. It might be more confusing for her, but
Maybe she has something. Anything would be okay at this point. Well, within reason.
he takes his hand like kind of towards yours and gives like a good strong squeeze to it.
Do you want a piece?
Do what you have to do, sister.
Thank you.
I'll stay here with him. I won't leave his side. Everyone here will be fine. This seems like something you have to do.
It does. I just hope I can.
At that point, he kind of like turns a little bit and then puts Dias back kind of up in his lap and continues cutting his hair. Gonna make your way out of the tent. When you make your way out of the tent, when you guys arrived, it was kind of like the middle of the day. You make your way out, it is kind of dark, nighttime. You can see fires dully lit all over the place, as well as glowing brightly in others. Small lights inside of homes. The construction that's occurring in the background, there is still some going on in the later hours of the night. There's a lot of torches and stuff set over there. You can see as you make your way out, the tents where the rest of your siblings would be. You can see that the fire that's there is just kind of this dull glow of embers, and they seem to be inside of their tents. You can hear them kind of shifting around in their sleeping bags or their bedrolls. Looking around as well, I would say that kind of at a glance pretty quickly, you do see Seer Malada sitting outside of her tent near a fire. There's a lot of people, a lot more people than you remember being here, like the last time you were here, and like everybody's kind of in their own little spots before, where now everything seems to be really blended and kind of together. Seer Malada seems to be sitting by herself. You can see very familiar people from Kjarvheim still walking around, strange faces as well, but your attention kind of gets drawn toward who you can see to be Seer Malada kind of sitting there that you were just...
Give him a tug.
Give him a knife.
I was going to, but I didn't see one.
Aw. How are the bananas?
It's a plastic fork. It's not gonna.
Dude!
I caught my fingers, I threw it.
Idiot.
That's what I get for fucking
I thought
around.
they were pretty good.
Okay, cool.
They were tasty. Yeah.
Dude, 3 watermelon per person, dude. See how much?
I
I'm
had
like 6 people, so.
I had a bunch. So.
6. Don't do 7.
Oh, you might do 8. Crazy.
I already have 8, so.
Oh, is it 8?
You gotta do 10 now.
Dude, you might as well eat the whole fucking. Put that in the place for the thing and just eat the whole fucking bowl.
Put the lid on your little tray and then.
Up to you, Lyra, if you would like to go speak with her now, or if you
Yeah,
want
I'll talk to her now.
Okay.
Kind of like sit next to her. What?
That tree branch was Yggdrasil, which is where we spent.
Do you know
30
things?
minutes. Well, you
Do I
missed
know
the whole
things?
session. Yeah, you
Okay, I know
this.
it's Yggdrasil.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were there. That's where we lost 3 months of real world time.
Yeah. The branch itself looked very similar to like a branch of Yggdrasil, and you just saw, because you were basically just there when you guys had traveled through the rune gate with Brodier. All of the branches that were kind of around had the same kind of. The thing that stands out with it is how deep the grooves within the bark are, and then the kind of slight, deep auburn, kind of brown hue of the tree itself, and you could make out faint bits of it. Like, it just looked very similar to a branch of Yggdrasil. But you make your way over to Seer Malada. You can see that there's a couple of like wood stumps that are kind of sitting around, small like wooden stools as well by the small fire that she's at. You can see she has a stick and she's just kind of like tending to the fire a little bit, kind of rolling it around. Takes a small bit of sticks and kind of throws them as she's looking over towards you and kind of. Welcome back.
Thank you. How have things been these past apparent few months?
Have you seen Dias yet?
That's what I've come over here to talk to you about. Just figured I'd catch up a little bit.
His condition is definitely not getting better.
It does not look that way.
Done everything I could, trying to keep him nourished, and offering to the spirits, looking for other questions elsewhere. Not much has come up. You can see at this point the kind of straw hat that she has with like the veil out in front of it as she's like kind of leaning down. You can see her head kind of falling a bit dejectedly as she definitely feels a bit disappointed in the fact, but she just kind of sits there.
This isn't your fault. You're doing all you can. I ended up communicating with him again, just recently, a few minutes ago, I guess. There's something there with him. He doesn't know what it is, but he feels it. And eventually I was thrown out of his mind and into this place that it was a cave. The 3 months we were gone, we'd seen this tree, and in the cave there was a branch from this tree, and it looked severed, and his hand was coming through, and I heard his voice, and after I heard him, I couldn't say anything, I couldn't reach out, but something like these tentacles like pushed me out of his mind, and well, now I'm here. I don't know if you have any knowledge on Yggdrasil? Yggdrasil? Okay. And, or this tentacle monster thing, or, I don't know, just whatever headspace he might be in, if you've come across any new information, or have any insight.
I am not too well versed in the world tree. However, speaking with the village seer here, Seer Ko, I do believe he may be able to offer some insight in that regard then. Maybe speak with him.
Okay, thank you, I will.
Some shit, dude.
I'll continue to tend to him and care for him as much as I can every day. But again, I feel that this time is wearing out day
I
by
agree.
day.
We have to do something quick, in my opinion. I hope that I can, and this can get figured out. We've lost a lot of time, and it seems like it was maybe too much time.
Well, the spirits have aligned it all for a reason, I'm sure.
That they do. But thank you. She gets up, she kinda, I mean, I don't know, is it polite to go seek a seer out right now, or?
Sure. Do it whenever
Okay.
you feel.
Okay.
It never helps us, so.
As you kind of think
Oh.
of doing so, like as you look, you can see basically right behind where your guys' tents are is where his hut sits. There's like this mound of rocks and dirt that his hut sits atop, and then you can see this just kind of like gnarled, petrified tree at the top of the actual hut itself. You can see dull lights glowing on the inside. Slight hues of purple and kind of blue and red that are mixing as well on the inside. Nothing too off base of what you've seen before from the hut itself, but you'd imagine the more that you're kind of looking, you can see shadow kind of moving on the inside, so you would imagine whoever's there is awake. Similar to your village, the hut that the seer would reside in, there's typically like outside of that some sort of, I don't want to say shrine, but shrine where offerings would kind of get placed before entering into the seer's hut. Usually if you are like going to seek knowledge, you would basically offer something to get something in return in a way. Like you're offering something to the spirits to have that knowledge. of the realms kind of divulged upon you in a way. So there is a shrine, and it has all sorts of random knickknacks to it. There's small stone carvings, small trinkets of gold, small trinkets of silver, flowers, offerings of food, offerings of drinks, like just random stuff. It doesn't have to be anything specific, it's just something.
I feel like I don't have anything on with value. I know I don't.
It doesn't necessarily have to be valuable.
It could just be
I could just make food.
something of value to. Yeah, you could. You put your own work into food. That could be an offering.
I'll get him some food. Or I'll make him some food, rather.
Cut a toe off.
No, probably some carrots.
Not even yours. Cut somebody's toe off.
Oh, you like cheese, but you're not Seerco.
I left him cheese.
Brother wakes up. 1,
I think you like cheese.
3.
I don't know. I guess you'll find out when you try to walk up there and see moldy cheese in
Am I supposed to have 5?
He doesn't even check the other foot. I must just have 4 toes.
Obviously, you gotta cut
I'll bake
one
him a
for
potato.
each, so it's even.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Got it.
Sour cream.
I don't know. Can we have sour cream yet?
there. I don't know what the fuck that is.
We're getting closer to tacos.
Getting closer to tacos. Viking tacos.
Hell yeah.
Wait a
That
minute.
sounds like it'd be a really
We
cool
got cows?
menu item.
We don't live in the desert.
You can only have tacos in the desert.
No, that's not.
I just had tacos last week. I definitely don't live in the desert.
So as you begin to approach the hut, you realize the offering, and you're kind of like, fuck, like I've got to go bake a fucking potato.
Right.
like that's what pops in your head for some reason. It's like, I'm gonna bake him a potato. So you head
Filling.
back.
They smell great.
You make your way over to your guys' little spot where you typically have supplies to make food, whatever it might be. A lot of times the farm itself will put crops and stuff into storehouses to be accessed. Usually some sort of permission is asked, but like you've been cooking a lot of meals for the village for a while, so you have access to it. Nobody really bats an eye at it, so you acquire a few things extra as well to like make meals for whatever else later. Realizing you may have some sort of journey ahead of you, you probably gather some food supplies for that as well, I'd say, in this moment. You get the potato and just start baking it however you think you would
Do
bake
we have
a
butter, cheese,
potato.
and green onion?
You have butter and cheese
I'll make
for
it look
sure.
pretty.
Green onion
Yeah,
definitely
let's
would
put my
be
heart
really
into
easy
it.
to grow as well.
Lying on top.
You assemble a very nice, beautiful baked potato with butter and cheese and green onions on it, and just kind of take your time and start walking over to the hut itself. Such an item probably would not be placed on the shrine, but given directly to the seer, you'd imagine. So you just kind of like take it up with you to the hut.
Okay, Lyra's kind of autistic. I'd like to point that out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she's
valid.
like, I just want to be direct with you. Here's this.
Yeah, yeah.
I brought this for the spirits. Don't need it.
Yeah. That makes things make a lot more sense,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
I thought it was kind of obvious. But
Yeah.
I got it.
Once you approach the door itself, you get up close to the door. The door, you can feel the wind kind of like at your back in a way. For some reason as well, in the moment, as the wind's kind of like pushing through, you can see the door is like cracked open a little bit. As the wind is like pushing, it kind of forces the door open a bit. You can hear this like really like as it opens all the way. You feel in that moment as well, like Vexir, the fox kind of spirit. You just feel something there, and to you equate that to Vexir. One of the spirits that your village like very primarily like focused on, worshiping in a way. But in the moment as the door does open, you see the dimly lit interior of the hut itself. Seerco, you have seen probably at least once, maybe twice. Speaking with him, you have not. So as you make your way up, holding this baked potato on a plate, there is this cauldron kind of set in the middle of the hut itself. You can see that petrified tree that's on top, the gnarled roots and branches kind of like drip down in this very kind of pyramiding effect to where like it all rests maybe a foot above where the cauldron is, and you can see the moisture that probably collects from rain or whatever else from the top of the tree slowly eventually making its way down into the roots, just slowly has like a slight drip into the cauldron itself. You can see dull glows of purple and blue and red from within the cauldron itself, as on the other side of it, in a robed, kind of dark black figure on the other side, with this kind of outstretched hand. You can see very gray, almost ashen-looking appearance, kind of gnarled, bony fingers that are sticking out as he like kind of just sprinkles what you can see to be some sort of dust that has a slight orange glow to it into the cauldron itself. There's a slight kind of plume of smoke that glows into orange, that fades to blue, that goes up into the roots and kind of gives the roots a little bit of like this ambient color for a moment. I was wondering when the fox would lead you here, little pup. What is it you need? What is it you have?
A gift. It's a potato.
He
That
takes
is
the other gnarled hand out from the other side as the other one's sprinkling more, and just kind of like points. You can see his hand kind of like curled and gnarled as he points over to a table to the far side, like across from where the door is.
So I just go put it over there?
He just points again.
Okay. I'll go over
Yeah.
there.
You
Yeah.
start, like, you kind of set it down, corner eye, kind of just still see him there, sprinkling a few things, and then the cauldron itself swirls a bit before he, still standing there, not looking over at you directly again,
No,
not saying anything, he's just sitting there waiting.
that's okay. You were expecting me? I guess I should have come here sooner. Is it okay to start talking? Okay. I don't know if you are aware of my brother Dias and his current predicament. Are you?
I am.
You are. Okay. He, basically, I have been trying to communicate with him for a while now, and there has been about only 2 instances where I have successfully been able to, and this past one that has just happened within the past hour or so, was very strange from the last two. We communicated for like a very short amount of time, and then all of a sudden it's like I was pushed out of his mind, and then suddenly I was drawn back after like trying to reach him again to this cave with you were still, and it was a branch, and it was coming out of the cave, and it looked as though his hand was there as well, and he was calling for me, but I couldn't call to him back. And as I tried to like do something else, like these tentacles like pushed me out, and now I can't get a connection to him again. But he's still breathing, and I need to know what connection there is to any of this and what I can do to help him, because he's not.
As you're talking, he's just kind of like slowly walking towards you. You can see he has gone into the cauldron with a little bit of a ladle and poured it into like a small vial, and it's like walking towards you as you're still like talking to him.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. My seer told me that maybe you would have more advice for me on what I could.
He holds up towards you the small vial. Drink.
Okay.
This guy's always gotta be so ominous, man.
As you kind of like sip
fuck with
the
He never
sip the
helps
vial
me, so-
itself,
I'm
it
still
is
confused by what he told me last time.
almost like sulfurous. Like it is
I make a face.
nasty. You kind of like wince at it as you drink like half of it, and then he like pushes his hand underneath for you to finish the rest. A slight like cough, and then you see like as you're looking out toward him, remember the cave. Think of the cave. Every detail you can of the cave. his voice starts to kind of get like, and you feel you're like
I'm tripping.
slightly kind of like weakened. You feel your like hands start to kind of get numb. You kind of like look down at him, and as you're like looking down like at your hands themselves,
That's easy shit.
the ground that you can see as the wooden floor of the hut turns to this dark kind of rock. You kind of look back up, and you can still see the seer sitting there, but beyond him is this kind of blurred cave wall. There's like the branch coming off of the tree, but he's kind of standing in front of it. You watch him take his hand kind of up as he like holds in his hand, and then throws up basically right at your face this just like bright purple kind of dust, essentially.
He
As he throws it up towards your face, you feel your body kind of like fall backwards. You feel your body fall on the ground, but you're still visually standing up, like looking at what is in front of you. He kind of fades from your sight. You can still hear him like slightly in the back of your head. Look around. What do you see? You can see this dark interior. There is like pitch black essentially, but you can tell that it's cavernous. You can see these stalactites coming from the ceiling. You can see bits of crumbled rock on the ground. You can see the branch off to the far wall that you're looking at. And as you start to kind of look around as best you can, the more that you try to look left and right, it gets blurry. The more that you focus forward, it becomes more clear. In that, it starts to take you more time to focus on certain things. Like you're looking more at like this broad picture of what's in front of you. If you try to start looking like at the branch itself at like certain parts of it, it starts to like blur and fade to where now like as you look overall at the broad picture of what it is you're looking at, you start to look at what is in front of you as a whole. Not just the branch, not the cavern wall itself, not stuff coming from the wall, not the interior, but everything as a whole, to be able to try to understand like where is this essentially.
Mm-hmm.
As you start to look at the cave wall itself and the rock that it's made up of, and like you're from a mountain, like you grew up in a mountain range essentially, kind of this more of a light gray kind of stone that the mountain would be made up of. Not quite cobblestone by any means in color, but more of like this light gray kind of shale, kind of slate stone, where what you're looking at right now is like dark gray with like these flecks of black inside of it. And you can tell there's just like these little dots of sediment inside of it that are this very dark kind of black color. And as you start looking at the rock itself, and you can see the dark kind of gray, you look and you see those flecks of black from that tear that's inside of the tree itself that has just been sitting here almost like a stagnant picture. You can see it kind of like slightly moving now when you look at it. It's almost like as you're looking at the wall, the tear in the branch doesn't look like it's moving, and then when you look at the tear starts to look like it's moving and everything else blurs. So it's all just very strange, but you're trying to make sense of it and focus in on it, to where with the light of that purple tear in the branch, you can see those black flecks kind of have a slight glow and sheen to them, while the actual rock itself is like matte. The branch itself, as you look at, is obvious, and you've confirmed that it is definitely a branch of Yggdrasil. And then the tear that you can see right now, there's like a hand there, still just kind of stagnantly sitting there. But when you look over at it, it's just kind of like trying to like reach out, and then it kind of fades into the tear. The tear itself kind of closes. The branch itself like retracts into the cave wall. The cave wall fades away into a blur, to where now you are looking up at the ceiling of the hut itself. Just kind of like there, you start to kind of shuffle around to get up. At that point, when you sit up, you can see the back of Steerco. You see sunlight trickling in from the side, like the walls, and then next to you, you can see half of a baked potato just sitting on the ground. You see the part on the table that's just kind of sitting there, where you can tell that he sat and probably ate. You can see where he his bed kind of to the far side is, and then you can see, like, as you sit up and kind of look around, you can see a kind of like stuffed pillow that was underneath where you were. Like I said, you sit up and you can see sunlight kind of trickling in through the window. So you were asleep for a while after you kind of went to the place that you had gone to in your mind. When you start shuffling, his back to you at this point, and you're kind of like looking up, you can see him in front of you, the door to the left, you know, that table to the right, and then in front of him the cauldron. He does another kind of like scoop into it and kind of turns back around. You are you still sitting, or are you stand up at any point, or are you just?
I guess I could just be sitting up.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you're sitting up, he just kind of like reaches down. You can see that he has just like a small cup, essentially. Just kind of like lifts it up.
Okay.
Drink. You kind of sip at that. It's kind of like a tea in a way. Definitely tastes herbal. So, what did you see?
I saw the branch that I described, and I saw slate and dark stone, just with black flecks in it, and I saw a light. It was purple, coming through, and then I still saw Dias's hand there, and he was there, but it was like the branch was clearer, and just everything was a lot clearer, but it was still.
More specifically, the cave wall. You said these black flecks. What of them?
You said, was it like a familiar kind of stone, like it was in the mountains kind of thing, or okay, not at all.
Familiar at all?
I have no. I don't know. It's nothing like I've seen before.
Well, the place you seek could only be one thing. A place forgotten to the surface. A perilous place where creatures spilled over from the realms of darkness now live in the depths of Midgard, shying away from the light of day, thriving on the cold and dark pits of the Underdark. South of here, there is a mountain range. It's much smaller than Fjordheim. At the edge of this land, find the largest peak and travel to the top. It is there you will make your descent into that mountain. It is the only way in. If there is such a place that has what you seek, it will be there. The journey will be long and treacherous.
Is to the forgotten realm.
The spirits be with you on this journey. The further you delve into the Underdark, the further their connection is. Keep them close.
I'll do what I can. I'll do everything I can. Thank you.
The branch of Yggdrasil that you speak of. It is not something to be lightly traversed. Seek out Brodia. He'll be able to help.
This guy got like notifications on me. What the fuck, dude? How's he know?
He's like, he's a tree guardian now.
I'll speak with him.
He's
first.
checking. He's scrolling. Job update for Brody.
Yeah, you didn't think he already
Double
knew,
tap.
dude.
Hey, cousin, you wanna go bowling? Aw, maybe next time. Instead, you wanna do this job for me?
Alright, so when you leave the tent, you essentially realize that at least a day has passed from kind of being back to whatever. You can see a lot of people kind of out and about, moving around. As you are kind of exiting the hut itself, making your way out, It's up to you what you'd like to do. Do you want to take the day to do something else, or if you want to try to seek Brodier out?
I guess I'll I don't know, she's probably been through a lot at this point, so maybe just kind of laying low, and then just if she sees Brodier,
Yeah.
she'll say something, but tomorrow for sure, you know.
The day itself, you guys would have already gone through your day, that you did all of the stuff and things on. For you, you do find yourself just kind of resting. Kaimane doesn't seem to bother you much. Like nobody really does. You definitely seem a little wore out, like tired. You slept on the floor of that hut last night, so like you didn't really get great rest. You feel a little achy. Traveling even a couple of days, like you definitely feel like, okay, like I need to slow down a little bit, take the day and kind of rest, regroup myself, think of some sort of a plan, and then do that tomorrow. What you do, you take the day, rest, do so. The next day, kind of getting up, you've assisted like before with the meals, so as the day kind of progresses and goes through, it starts to slowly wind down to be night, so about 3 days at this point from when you got back to now. You help kind of make the meal, and then again find yourself heading back to your tent and everything. The meal that you kind of prepare, the only person you see in the long hall that night is Kane. He seems to be sitting with the Jarl and Gimdall, and they're kind of all conversing. You help make the meal. And then kind of like leave a lot of it for everyone like you normally would to come get helpings of. You yourself take some back, like a decent bit, to your guys' little tent site that you have there for your family. You guys all eat and everything, and then the next day kind of comes about. The day prior, I'd say you may have tried to seek out Brodier, but he seemed to be like kind of all over the place, moving around, working, doing things. You just didn't have a time where you had a good moment to find him or speak with him. And the one time that you did see him, he was like kind of preoccupied doing a lot, like on the farm itself, to where now at this point,
behind a tree. He can see you.
Brodier, your initial intention of going back to the cave that you guys were at previously to seek out the Solar Mountain, I'd say you're probably doing your rounds, like going to everybody and saying, like letting them know that you were going. Initially, Kane said he was going to stay and kind of keep forging.
Sorry.
Sigrid was good to go with you. I don't believe you really asked anybody else other than that. But I would say, if that was your intention, you would have asked, and then they would have given your answers. But it would be at this point that maybe
I would have just went around and told them. I wouldn't, if they wanted to come, they could, but it'd be more like me and Sigrid are leaving for a little bit.
Okay.
If anybody wants to join.
Yeah. So
I just wanted to be asked so I could say no.
Yeah, exactly.
in doing that, you go and you ask Sigrid, and Sigrid tells you that whenever you're ready, like you would go. Steiner as well. You can go and ask him if you want.
I don't want to ask you. No, I'll go.
Answering the door. Answering the door itself kind of cracks open. It's early in the morning, like the day after Steiner, so that's up to you if you would be home or not. This would be like the night after you had spent, like you were up using the Frost Giant Heart and kind of like crafting and messing with the potions and stuff, and you're kind of like up late that night. So it's up to you if you just still be home or not in the morning, like early.
I think so, yes.
Okay.
I think after that, his mind was kind of racing with ideas of trying to figure out what could be the other catalyst ingredient. And I think he's already got an idea and he's kind of working on it, so I don't even know if he necessarily hears the door.
The door does open. You don't see Steiner standing there. You see Olga. You know who Olga is. You've had very little conversation with her, but you know who she is. She's from... Shit, my mind's blanking.
Feldby.
She's from Feldby, yes, not Gatlon. She's from Feldby. Fought with you guys in all of the fights. You see her kind of standing there. Very obvious, like kind of pregnant belly that she has there.
She's pregnant.
Is this
Are you looking for Steiner?
this is his house, right?
Yes. Steiner.
Okay, going.
Ooh.
Brody is here.
All right.
Maddie's
One
Oh,
second.
okay.
He just
That
kind
was
of
really quick.
cleans up what he's working on. What's up?
Me and Sigurd were gonna run back to the Exiles Cave.
Now?
Not sure if it's today or not, but either today or tomorrow.
Can I go?
I'm not keeping you here.
All right, cool. Well, let me know. I'm gonna keep working on what I was working on.
What are
This
you
guy's
working
gonna
on?
be an absent father. Piece of shit.
Well, I think this will be a potion that'll make somebody really strong, but we'll see.
Stronger than me?
Maybe.
Oh, damn. I'm gonna have to hit the gym.
You better.
There's just a guy named Jim. It's
Like,
Jim Dale, dude.
thanks,
It's Jim
Jim.
Dale.
Probably just walk away.
Okay. Right behind where that is the tent where Lyra's family usually is. You can see Lyra kind of sitting there, eating like breakfast and stuff with her family. So if you're gonna ask her to, she's right there.
Eating breakfast. Dude, you didn't interrupt breakfast?
Shit, you're right. I'll wait for the breakfast. No. We're heading to the cave we went to a while
She
ago.
did not go there.
I know, that's
But,
fine. Before you showed up, I don't know if you wanted to come or not.
What's there?
Honestly, I don't know. We're trying to look for information about the soul of the mountain, I think it was.
Yeah.
Can we make a detour?
Opposite
I don't see
direction.
why not.
Opposite direction.
She doesn't know that.
Is it the opposite direction?
It-
I don't know directions.
What do you gotta do?
Well, I gotta go on top of the highest mountain to the south of here and then descend into the Underdark.
Oh, just that. He's like, I don't even know what half those words are.
If only you had a guy that draws maps.
Do you know a guy that draws?
I've got cartography skills. Oh, actually, never mind. I don't.
See, Underdark? What is that?
It's a layer of. What is it? Hell? Would you say? Is it hell or is
Nah,
it just a?
like-
It's a place.
just really
It's a really
deep in the
creepy
earth.
place.
Yeah, it's not a different realm.
It's
part
okay.
of-
It's just a place. Yeah, that's right. It's a place under this place that has.
Can we not dig to it?
I mean, I haven't tried, and I feel like that'd be a waste of time when there's a perfectly good mountain we could just descend.
We gotta go up to
I mean, we gotta go up the mountain.
That's a good point.
Are you even here?
No.
Sometimes when you go high enough up, you go down.
I mean, maybe we could all fly and do it.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
That's good.
I
Should we talk with everybody else about that? Can we go there first, actually? We can stop at Speedway.
Get some Slurpees? Yeah, let's go.
Is there a reason why we're going to Underdark?
Yes. My brother is dying, and his mind is trapped in what we believe to be the Underdark. Doorseer, Mr. Not Mr.
Mr. Coe.
John Coe.
Mr. Coe is so good. She 100% said Mr. Coe.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's important,
It's
we
pretty
don't-
important.
Yeah.
It should probably have happened like 3
It's way
weeks
more
ago
important than
when
what
we
you were
were
gonna do.
Yeah,
So.
looking at trees.
mine's. We could definitely hold off on mine.
I appreciate that. That's considerate of you.
I should probably
Yeah, that's.
go talk to Steiner
maybe we
again
should-
and reinform him.
Interrupt me again. I'm never gonna finish this damn.
I guess I'll
potion.
talk to Voltash to actually maybe see if he could draw up a map or something, or
Okay.
I don't know, get us to fly.
Yeah, so while you guys kind of actually make some sort of agreement and plan that you will head south kind of together and start venturing off, you walk back over to Steiner's, and Lyra, you head over to where Voktash is at the other side of the village. Really quickly, if you just knock again.
Is this Stud?
I swear to God, if that's Brodier again, I'm gonna turn him into a newt.
Can you just tell him that the plans have changed on this? Can he do that? Like, I think I know. He can do
Text
that.
him.
What's up, Brody?
Oh, my, well, you're not good.
That was a joke.
We changed plans. Lyra needs us to go to a mountain in the south, going to the Underdark. Save her brother. I think that's what I got.
You sounded really casual for something that sounds really important.
She said it the same way.
She's like walking by as he said that.
All right. Do we know how long of a journey
I
that's
have
gonna be?
no idea.
Okay.
It also
All
sounded very urgent.
All right. Well,
Even though she was very calm about it. I don't know, it was...
yeah. Honestly, you being calm about it kind of threw it like sounds really urgent and okay.
Should I be more...
I mean, maybe it wouldn't hurt.
Alright, when I tell Kane, I will.
Okay. I'm gonna get ready then, I guess. Do we know when we're
I
heading
guess
out?
we didn't really have a plan when we were leaving either.
Okay.
I should probably figure...
Oops.
Hey, she's walking by.
You can see her back. She's probably like 50 or so
Uh,
feet away.
Lyra,
What?
how long do you need like time, or can we leave now? Like,
I did just get my hair done. We're good.
okay. we could leave now.
All right. Well, why don't you go tell everyone and I'll get ready.
Alright. Alright. Then I'll leave again.
I'm gonna say Sigurd's probably with you, just
Oh,
because
yeah,
he's
okay,
probably ready
cool.
to leave.
He's gonna let me do all the talking. Fuck you, Jerry.
Bastard.
Yeah, Sigurd's just floating, following.
That's weird.
In the cutscene, you just see him back there.
Yeah.
How did you learn how to do that?
That's pretty cool.
Would probably go tell Kane.
Mhm.
That would probably be Sigurd and Kane, so you gotta do that.
Yeah, no problem.
He'll
You
just
go
talk
and
to
do your own
himself.
thing, and they're having a conversation.
Have the conversation.
Yeah, no, it's alright.
No, I actually
That's
went with
okay.
Sigurd, so we had
No,
to
you had
see
something. You had to go
No,
get
I-
ready.
You had to cook it ready. You had to tell
Oh
Voktash.
shit! I should probably pack some
it.
carrots
She's
and
still
stuff
Dish.
Yeah.
and
Get
potatoes.
ready.
Maybe some eggs too.
Eggs
We got
would be
a
good.
million
You gotta be
chickens
careful
now.
with them. You gotta be careful with them.
Yeah. We could
Maybe
keep
not.
them in. We can keep them in cold water or something.
Yeah.
Do you think
That's
we would
good.
break and I'd actually go get ready because I wasn't
Twilight
leave
music?
like right now? But
Oh, never mind.
I'm not having a conversation with myself.
but I'm just saying Sigurd would go tell Kane.
Yeah.
We don't have to have the conversation.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
no
That'd be so
problem.
funny though.
I do it all the time, and
Like in real life. Or?
no, in this
Oh,
these
okay.
campaigns, man. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's
This
just
is why this is why I'm going to grab my bag.
Is this Twilight music?
I really hope not. 'Cause that will
No,
definitely
it's
get copyrighted.
it's royalty free.
Okay.
Pay
Nope,
no
it's all
attention to
good.
that.
Can confirm as somebody who's seen it a million.
You start making your way over to let Voktash know and talk with him about a map and maybe like if he possibly has something mapped out already. Halfway there, you think about carrots and like eggs and all sorts of stuff,
course.
and then like you go to almost turn around and like stop what you were doing, but then continue on with what you were
Yep.
doing, to where you can see as you get up over to the farm itself. You can see Hjarld, who you may have like in passing at least met or seen, as well as Voktash, Kiva, and Ralph are all like at the farm. There are also a couple of other people that are just kind of like lending a hand to move some stuff around, as far as like bringing wood and kind of boards over. There's a lot going on. You can see animals all over the place. There is this kind of corral that is loaded with sheep. A couple of horses are just kind of like out grazing a little bit. A bunch of cows over there. What would Voktash be doing right now in this moment?
While everything's going on, I'm probably just trying to like get animals into good spots and just, kind of, talking to the people that are bringing stuff around, just saying, hey, yeah, like, I think that goes supposed to go over there, and, like, I have helmets over there.
You see him kind of directing things while he's got oars kind of like, and he's just kind of leading it a little bit. Just kind of looks over and sees you walking up toward him.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
Are you,
Sorry.
are you here to help?
No, I'm here to make a request.
I'm kind of busy. What's going on?
It's a big request, so I'm sorry.
I just started a project to redo the farm.
Well, you're gonna have to forget about it for a moment.
Real?
You do see in her face like a really like
Okay.
serious like.
I'm not smiling.
demeanor.
Okay.
That's how you know.
Okay. Well, what's going on? Something happened?
Yes, you are aware of my brother's situation, correct, Dias?
Vaguely. I know that he's been in like a coma since you guys got here, right?
Yes, well, his mind's trapped. And I tried to communicate with him, and he ended up disappearing. I tried to re-communicate with him. He was stuck in Yggdrasil and in a cave, and then some tentacles like pushed me out. So then I talked to your seer, and
Time out. You had me until the cave thing.
it was in my mind. I thought that was obvious.
Okay, no, I got that,
Okay.
but a cave
A cave
in your mind?
in my mind. Not just like a cave mind that you just like chill
In
in.
Yggdrasil?
Yeah, the branch was there. It was split.
Oh, I
It
wonder
didn't look
if
good.
I wonder if that's the Forgotten Realm that Ratatuska was talking about.
That's maybe.
Okay, continue.
It's possible, but I was informed by your seer to go south to the mountains and reach the highest mountain and descend into the Underdark. So, got any maps for that?
Let me check.
Or do you just know how to get there?
Well, when we traveled south
Let me check for my
to the
Underdark.
desert, I believe I saw a mountain range off to the west when we were traveling, but we didn't head in that direction. So I have a rough idea of a way we could get there, but I don't know what the terrain is like, exactly how far it is. I just kind of saw it off in the distance.
Do you have any plans on how to get there? Like maybe you could turn us all into
We've-
your little spirit birds?
I can't do that.
Not yet.
I'd recommend we take the Brecca south until we can kind of see the mountains and then probably traverse the land
So you're with us.
westward. I'm interested, but
And
where
you're
are we
against
going?
us.
You're not with us. And you're my enemy.
What are we doing once we get to this mountain?
Descending into the mountain, I told you.
Okay,
Into the Underdark.
I don't see what's confusing here.
Got it.
so we have to climb a mountain to go into the earth.
Correct.
There's not an easier way to get there.
We could probably figure something out. I mean, there's a million of us. And
Well, I
only
mean,
one of the
if-
mountain.
The seer told you that's where you're
I
gonna
gave him a
go.
potato. It must have been good. He only ate half of it though.
You didn't just like leave it out front.
Why would I do that? That's rude. It's a brand new potato that I baked fresh for him.
I thought that's what we were supposed to do, is just leave it at the shrine.
He accepted it.
Hmm.
And then he put
Is there
powder in
moldy
my
cheese
face.
out front?
I did what?
Don't worry about it.
Are you making blue cheese?
No. This is
No, I have
bad
to check.
timing. You're old?
Yeah.
Oh.
Next to you.
So I know we just started this project, but I evidently am gonna have to leave. So
Yeah, no
once
problem.
again, you're in charge.
No problem. I think that
Classic.
Hellman's already got your plans and stuff how you wanted it done. So
Yeah.
I think that at this point it's just labor and people getting stuff done. So don't worry about it. We got it from here.
Cool. Make sure Rolf is behaved and that none of the camels run away.
Got it.
You have problems with the camels, right?
No, I just like them, and I don't want them to leave. I think
Did
they're.
you tell him?
I tried to talk to them once. They didn't seem very sociable.
You're supposed to talk to things more than once if you like them.
They didn't say anything. They just kind of.
Seems like maybe a camel.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
think they're very intelligent creatures.
Thank you
But
for
they're
educating
cool.
one. Yes.
And
Then
they're
they
soft.
also just speak a different language.
Oh, is that what it
They
is?
just don't like you.
Whatever.
Not everyone speaks common, okay?
When you speak with animals, you're supposed to be able to communicate with them.
Did you try the desert language?
I didn't.
Hmm.
Well,
round up some food. Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any requests? We need eggs and potatoes for sure.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Chicken? We can bring a chicken along.
Wait, no, I don't think we don't need to bring a
You
chicken.
need
Come
chicken
with
here in the
us.
dark.
He can be our pet.
There are so many fucking eggs over there.
Alright, we probably need jerky at the very least.
We've not started that.
Never mind. I don't know what that is.
We very
You know what
humanely
dried meat
select,
is.
Yeah.
slaughter, and distribute the meat from our
Oh, you
animals.
just don't call it
Very
jerky?
select.
We do not dry and salt our meats.
Oh yeah, you didn't have much salt initially. I remember this.
It's kind of a disturbing process for me, so I try to control how many animals we kill.
That's fair. That seems humane.
I like hang out with these guys,
This is-
talk to them all the time.
This is a
Yeah, I
1,000
would wanna eat
chickens
camel.
just fucking stacked on top
I don't
of
really
each
give a
other.
shit about the chicken.
Well, they're kind of dicks.
But you can take their eggs. That's fine.
Okay. I'll do that.
I'm gonna go grab my stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that too. Just inform my family once again that I will be gone. But hopefully hopefully I'll come back and something good will be done about Dias. But we'll see.
Are you his guardian?
Pardon?
Never mind.
He's seeing it in everyone now.
Every time.
He's like, who's in disguise?
Anything a little bit off about someone?
Just the trapped in your mind thing just seemed familiar. That's all.
What does it mean?
I think what your brother is going through is different than what I am familiar with. So
What are you familiar with? Maybe it's not. You're being kind of like elusive on the subject.
I've mentioned it before. The dark, shadowy
Oh,
essence, fallen angel, Asgardian person coming after me in my dreams, and that I go to a intermittent realm where he's trying to murder me. So
Is that scary at all for you?
terrifying.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You sleep at night?
Not much.
Valid.
Sorry to hear it.
It's just kind of normal. It's unrelated to that.
Do you think we could fix that after we fix jumping into a mountain?
We tried to fix that, and he almost murdered all of us. Well,
Oh, I think I remember hearing of this, yes.
He killed your ass.
He killed you?
you almost
Wait.
killed your ass too, bitch.
Killing
Hey,
asses?
kill me.
That was perfectly safe.
That's good. He's like-
At the cost of abandoning everyone.
They're slaying ass.
Okay. I'm gonna go collect some food.
I also was after we walked out of the rune portal. We had like made camp where the fight had taken place, and I was interrogated heavily about my background and my experiences because the giant squirrel
Really
basically
exposed
told
you.
everyone that I was as guardian,
Doxed him.
and I had not told anyone.
Whoa.
So everyone was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Wait,
And I
so
was
why
just
did you
like,
tell me this at the end of our conversation?
Because you already knew it.
I didn't know it.
Yeah, Lyra knew it though.
Doxed by a squirrel.
Nice behavior.
Alright, so you guys all kind of go off on your own to prepare to leave, whenever that may be. Specifically, if there's anything you guys are bringing, make sure you have it written down somewhere, what's on your person, what you have, your belongings, what you're bringing in your backpack.
Can I try to finish my potion?
You sure can.
Okay, cool. Alright, I'll tell you what I want to do then.
Okay.
Alright, I want to chip off some rune crystal.
Yeah.
I'm going to crush it, mix it into some water, boil it down to refine the rune crystal solution. I'm going to cool it. I'm going to mash the heart into paste the same way I did with the other potion. I'm going to add it to cold water, and I'm going to mix in that rune crystal mix.
Alright, so we'll do the percentage rule first. Alright. 1 to 90.
82.
Okay, so you are successful in doing that. And then we will do
wisdom or intelligence? I think that's what I use for my alchemist tools.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, either or, whichever one you want.
All right. 21.
21. Okay.
16 plus 5.
Oxygens.
Huh?
You know everything you guys are saying?
The 5 question marks?
Yeah. And then they hear. I seen that.
Here.
There's only 3 question marks.
Here, and then he wasn't even here yet.
They did tell
I
me
was.
5.
We're in the room.
I was here at the property.
Are they better cold?
Yes.
Should I make that flavor again or no?
I still think you should try vanilla instead of chocolate.
That could be pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, like
I was thinking
But they are kind of like a chocolate dipped banana, so.
lemon.
Yeah. Oh, lemon's the best.
Gotta get the lemons out. No, she asked me, what kind of buns do you want for your birthday? And I was like, I don't know, I'll let you know. And then 2 days ago, she was like, did you think about it? And I was like, shit, no, banana bread? That's what we got.
Word.
Alright, so it being the first craft of it, I'm
Yep.
gonna let it
Gotta get rid of the dough.
be done.
But it will probably take more in the future.
Yes.
Got it.
I'd say that you have been working on it for like a couple days at least.
Okay.
Where like there's a lot involved with it, and you probably already have the heart prepared mostly. So prior, you were able to make a different like potion of it, but now realizing its potential and then using this kind of different catalyst of using the rune crystal powder, and you realize like you're using probably like this much of one. Like you grind down a crystal probably about this big, and just continuously kind of let it dissolve within the actual liquid itself, and you're like letting it cool and then constantly like working with the potion itself to where like you grind down a crystal that size to fit in a vial probably only like maybe this big. But you do successfully create another potion with it. The potion itself is this kind of lighter gray kind of liquid that has like flecks of frost just kind of like floating through it, almost looking like a snow globe in a way.
Got it.
And that would probably be the remainder of the Frost Giant Heart.
That's
as
what I
well.
figured. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Just gonna have to kill another one.
They're kind of big.
Stone giant, stone giant.
It might work. Just have to make the potion a different way.
Yeah, my toenails.
What the fuck?
That's usually how you make giant strength potions, giant toenails.
Oh,
Oh, are there any Legos or full ones?
I'm looking. They're releasing a new, the Mando's N1.
Oh,
Cool.
It's a big version of it.
oh, they like to do that.
I have a small one already.
Yeah, I know.
BB-8. Little BB-8.
Little circle guy.
Alright, is there anything anybody's gonna do specifically before leaving? I know some people are saying their goodbyes and stuff, but we can worry about that later. But if there's something specifically that you want to do as far as preparation before you leave, now would be the time. I'd say it probably takes you guys like even like a good 4 or 5 hours to just get everything prepared, say your goodbyes, do a couple things prior to leaving. Steiner finishing up the potion that he is making is definitely going to take some time as well. So things are going on. You're not like leaving immediately, but you have the intention of leaving like today, it seems, at least. Kane and Sigrid are on board, so you guys obviously have them as well. And it is up to you guys what you would like to do from this point.
I don't know if Kane would have done it, but I'm guessing that may have been handled by him. Just like making the Jarl aware that we're intending to leave.
I'm actually going to say Kane probably would not go speak with him before you guys
Okay.
leave.
Do we find that suspicious at all? Or does he say does he say anything about it, or like, is it just like something that's not brought up?
It's just not brought up.
Okay. Well, somebody should definitely talk to him. Then.
Keen feels a little uncomfortable.
He doesn't know if he should call him daddy or not.
Dad, Jarl. Sorry. I guess then has Lyra explained everything to? I guess you kind of explained it.
You'll have vague ideas on what's going on.
Yeah. I guess if nobody else will do it, then I would at least let him know.
I could probably go too, since it's, my mission.
You don't even have to make a conversation out of it if you don't want to, but
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to let him know, hey, we need to go do this to potentially save Lyra's brother.
Okay. You guys
Brother?
probably, most of you guys gather up. I'm not sure of what route you're taking or how you're planning on traveling that way.
Neither do we.
Boat.
That's crazy.
Taking a boat.
That's right.
Dinghy?
But I would say that after speaking with Voktesh, he kind of decided best would be like boat. So the plan would be to meet kind of near the dock or
camels.
at the dock. So you guys at the dock.
They're good.
Steiner
Can't bring
would
them.
bring up basically letting the Jarl know, and then the two of you probably just like walk off and go toward the long hall and speak with him. When you get into the long hall itself,
He's hungover.
there's quite a few people in here. It's kind of getting to a point too where like you've realized like the last meal that you helped prepare, it's getting a little absurd. Where like a lot of times now people like just need to start like fending for themselves in a way, and then most of the meals that are being prepared in the long haul are more for like really established members of the village as well as like people who are of importance in a way. Once you get in there though, and people are just kind of walking around, meandering about, you do see the Jarl kind of mingling, like walking amongst the people that are there, kind of talking. Sees you guys, doesn't really say anything, just kind of acknowledges that you're in there, and then kind of leaves it to you to approach him if you would like.
Alright, I'll walk up. Excuse me, y'all, we don't want to take too much of your time, but we have something that we need to do that we believe is important, and so we may have to leave the village for a time.
You know how long we'll be going?
No,
I don't know. Where? Which mountain range? Do you know?
a southern mountain range, south from here.
Hmm. Be careful. It's dangerous down there for sure.
What do you mean?
Just a really uninhabited place, and for a reason. A lot of dangerous creatures live around that area.
Oh wow, there's some dragons. Alright, that is where we're headed. We believe there may be some clue or some way to help Lyra's brother's condition in this place, so, and it seems like his condition is worsening,
Yes.
so time is of the essence.
I will not stand between you and that.
Okay.
You've done more than enough for us.
Are we okay to use one of the boats? I think the river would
Whatever it
be...
is you need.
Alright,
Thank you.
thank you.
Take some extra supplies if you need them.
Thank you, will do.
Be careful.
We're taking a
Spirits
cow.
be with you.
And
Fuck
with
you for
everyone
taking a
here.
cow.
I'm gonna kill it.
I'm gonna kill
Did you
you.
make cheese yet? Do you know?
I haven't had time to make any dang cheese.
You couldn't like
You were here
churn
for-
while you're...
That's how you make
You're
butter.
really
2 days, dude. Come on.
Cheese takes time to cure.
Just 2 days.
You had 2 days.
I can make butter. I can't make cheese
You're really
that
hard
fast.
to do.
I can't make cheese
Could
that
you
fast.
start while we're on the boat? And
I
then
could.
have cheese by the time we're camping?
Too much moisture. We're gonna be on a fucking boat.
I can use magic to dry it out.
Liquid
Then you're
cheese,
gonna have
that's
to
how I
do it
make that
constantly because you gotta
Okay.
keep it in
That's fine.
a humidity controlled environment.
That's fine. We can
Try.
try it.
Dude, don't get upset.
Bring the
It's okay.
supplies. That's all I'm saying.
I will bring a couple buckets of milk, and we'll see what happens.
I think for sure.
You guys are gathered around the dock to do as you wish.
Why's this guy carrying buckets of milk?
Let's all point and laugh at him.
I know it's more of a mental thing, but you don't think we need to bring your brother with us, do you?
I feel that if we're going up a mountain and descending a mountain
Right.
and going to the Underdark, and it's already bad on the outside of this mountain, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's an idea we should.
Right.
I don't.
I'm just wondering if whatever
It was a thought.
whatever we're going to seek out will be effective if he's not
Yes.
there.
Ideally, it would be good, but it also worries me that that might be more of a hassle,
That's fair.
and he might be in more harm than good, especially if there's something down there that we don't even understand. Because
All right. Well, we'll just have to see.
do we bring a sled? Like, should we?
No, I
Okay.
think you're probably right.
Okay.
I think maybe we just go and see. Hopefully this doesn't take too long
It is a twine cloth.
to get
Twine
there.
cloth. I'm having a stroke.
Do you know how long it'll take to get to these mountains?
You have a very good idea. I would even say that when you guys traveled, like you specifically are very deliberate and like
Yeah.
you're knowing of your surroundings and stuff. So when you mapped everything out, like you kind of have like this blank space that has like a slight sketch on it of where that mountain range kind of relatively may be.
Kind of what I was thinking too.
So,
yeah.
Classic map guy.
I'd rather have maps than not have maps.
True.
And let me.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at.
True.
Except my maps are all drawn in stars, so nobody can read them except me.
Is that true?
No.
Okay.
Imagine though.
That would be cool.
That'd be kind of cool, but
Yeah.
not for all of us.
That'd be cool, but fuck.
Yeah, for real.
Like all his pieces of paper just have random dots on it.
I'm like, dude, there's the mountain. There's
What the hell
that's
is
the
this?
Fracta. There's the Skull. What do you mean?
Dude, are you okay? There's nothing on this
I might be
paper.
schizophrenic. I don't know.
Hey,
Okay.
that's not funny, bro.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Maybe
There's
I
a way to
don't work.
filter images on this, isn't there?
For like just
This
looking
part?
for images.
This part?
Yeah, if you do if in the search bar you type has : and then images,
Thank you.
and then you just click image. Damn, you stole right as I was about to get some.
Great minds think alike. It's a Brandon thing.
True.
Okay, so this essentially is like
What's all
what
that
you
stuff?
have blank space.
Yeah.
Is that one the highest one right there?
Okay.
This is like everything you guys.
That's
have
like a
traveled
medium
thus
size
far.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Like I got no clue.
I'm gonna kill it. I'm killing that Kraken one day.
Dude, what the? Where?
You think so?
You think you can just sit on my map?
Oh,
Okay.
So I'm kill stealing you this time.
So when we got into the lake here,
Yeah,
it's
fair.
probably about when we start to see the mountains.
Yep.
And then we go along the river here.
you
and
only get
imagine,
one Kraken Slayer
like,
title per.
wherever the mountain range
per
cuts
D&D
off right
group.
here, I would see that too, right?
Yes. So like essentially down there, from what you could see, was like a lot of like cliff faces going into the sea.
Okay.
This kind of. So when you guys traveled too, you had both sides of this. One side was like swampy and kind of lower as far as elevation of like the sea level, and then this side was more like rocks and kind of jagged. There were
Yeah.
a bunch of ruined ships on this side. You remember with this, the tide being a factor of like when you could actually traverse this down into the ocean.
That's right.
This water here is very brackish because of it being mixed with like kind of the salt and fresh water. This up here was more or less like grasslands in a way. And then from memory, what you remember, like you specifically, the forest leading up to the mountain was pretty thick, like from here, and there was like a lot of stones and rocks and shit.
Yeah, we couldn't
Couldn't put the boat over
Yeah.
there at all, yeah. But
Usually
yeah, this
dock
is
off at the
this is
lake
a
and
pretty
then-
good representation of it. And this mountain range kind of goes down, and you don't really know, like you can kind of
depth
see it
of it,
vaguely
yeah.
over here, but you don't know how far it goes out here. But I will say you do remember seeing it, and if there is a tallest peak of it, you'll be able to also see that pretty easily as well. So
So how long did that take? Maybe about a week to sail down there?
Probably
Even faster by
like
boat.
sailing by the boat to get down here.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at, I'd say like 4, maybe 5 days.
Okay.
Just to get like into the middle of this lake, if that's where you're heading, because it's like
If we can't really park up any further, then we may
We'll
want
have to
to
stop.
dock off at
yeah.
the lake and then walk.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
We'll probably get to where it like bottlenecks,
this part or this part.
close, like right around there.
Okay.
Probably get to that spot, and then we'll kind of park the boat, assuming it's safe. But we'll see if there's any good spots along the right side of the lake, and then go from there.
About a week, maybe. Probably at least a couple days traveling through the mountains.
All right. So, you guys select a boat. You don't quite need the large, like seaworthy boat.
Doesn't mean we're not taking it.
The normal kind of longboats that you guys have are definitely sufficient. There are some large enough to fit all of you as well, with some supplies and whatever else extra you might want to bring. So you do that without issue. The boat kind of gets loaded up. You guys are on the dock kind of helping one another grab a couple of maybe small barrels of water for the journey down the river, and then to fill up at the end, like water skins, whatever it might be. Smaller crates that are easily kept in, like, on a backpack with a little bit of weight to it. Random furs or whatever it might be if you need the extra comfort. Whatever it is supply-wise that you think you might have, just make sure you have it kind of written down somewhere to be able to recall on it later. You have access to a good plethora of things within the village now, so if there's specific things, make sure you just kind of have it written down. But once you get the boat all loaded up and ready to go, you begin traversing down the Brecca. The Brecca this time of year is actually pretty peaceful. The wind rarely affects the Brecca itself, just because of where it sits elevation-wise. You kind of have like this nice seawall in some of the spots that you'll be going down. The wind itself is a little, I guess, high right now. You can feel it gusting pretty good. The sail itself on the boat isn't really needed because the current takes you so well with like some slight rowing to where like you don't get too much speed if you have the sail up and everything. So just a little light rowing, letting the current take you, and then avoiding bouncing off of one side or the other. The river itself, you can hear the stream as it runs through and the boat kind of sloshes in it. You can feel underneath where the water kind of slams against the wood a little bit. Your feet themselves and just your body, like being in the boat, gets a little bit of splash from the river itself. You can see the clear kind of crystal water, and then also the deep blue parts of it where you know that it has a good depth. The banks of the Brecca are kind of covered with various kind of terrain. Some parts of it have this little bit of forestry, some parts are just like this grassland, some is more like a sandy beach, but your guys' beaches aren't quite like typical like ocean sand. It's more or less just like sediment from washed rocks and kind of broken down rocks over time, so it's more of like a darker gray, almost ash appearance, but it has a lot of thicker kind of pebbles and rocks in it that have been smoothed out and eroded over time. You feel every now and then the current itself kind of slow and ease up to where you have to row a bit. The boat itself travels very well down the river. You have 3 or so days of travel on the boat where you find yourselves taking breaks, resting. You pass where Feldby was, and that 3-day mark. It kind of, for a moment, causes like this slight sink in your chest, where when you're looking at it, you can see the burned houses. Like you can see posts that are sticking up out of the ground. You were told that people were heading back to rebuild, but it doesn't appear to be here. You don't don't see them trying to rebuild here. And also, like, looking at it, you're not really sure why anybody really built here in the first place. It's not really great structurally to build on a swamp. So a lot of their homes were kind of up on posts. There's not really a lot of great soil.
So you're trying to say it's their
plant
fault.
things.
That's fucked up, man.
This is the
They
first time
they
I've
had
ever
a,
done
they
any
had
of that.
definitely a good enough life and stuff here, like fishing, whatever else, but like there wasn't good soil for planting any crops, you know, like there's not a ton of wildlife around here that they can really attack, or hunt rather, not attack, but hunt. So they don't seem to be rebuilding here. You're not really sure where it is, but you were told that there were some people that left to go and rebuild and start another village of Velby again.
They're right next to our village.
Hey, neighbor!
Those houses, they're building them.
That's in the village. They remove part of the wall. They build another wall. Let us out.
Just like a Russian doll of villages. One to the other.
It's really inconvenient to get to those houses over there.
Eventually you do make it onto the actual lake. The lake itself has a vastness to it where at some points, like the more that you travel to one side, the less you see of the other, obviously, but it's of such a size that you really can't see certain points of the end on some parts. Like where you're looking to, like if you're traveling further south, like southeast down it, you can't see that spot where it bottlenecks quite yet until you get close enough, and then it starts to come into view, and you can like actually start to really make it out. The swamp itself is kind of obvious over to the side. The large kind of trees that are there, kind of like the mangrove trees that you would see, like, you know, in Florida or wherever, but a lot of those are kind of near the edge. You can see the large kind of cattails and reeds that sit there, this kind of long marshy grass, the water itself kind of boggy, and then over to the other side, this kind of rocky terrain. And even where it bottlenecks, it is still a little bit rough, but you almost have to, like, before where it bottlenecks, you decide, like, as you pass through, to see how close you can get, that you probably can really only get to, like, here.
Okay.
And like effectively kind of pull the boat on. So you kind of push through here. Velktash, as you're looking, you see how rocky it is. You can see a little bit of like splash that's kind of over there as well. And then you just decide to like whip the boat back around in this huge circle to pull back into here. The boat itself, easily enough. A couple of you probably jump out. Kane and Brodier maybe jump out and start dragging it a little bit closer to where you kind of push it up
to jump
onto
out.
the
Kind
thing.
of weird.
The way that your boats are designed, if
I got this. You guys stand on the
oar itself, the oars themselves are long enough to go through like the entire boat on both sides, like through both holes that are set. So you kind of take one oar and push it through one of the holes at the top, and then another one on the other side to where it's pushed through to where when you're out and pushing against it, you can push it with a good enough force instead of having to grab onto the boat and push, to where you kind of push it all the way up and beach it pretty good onto there. You guys start gathering your supplies from the boat itself, loading what you can into your bags. It is kind of dark right now, so it's up to you guys if you would like to travel further. And this is probably, I'd say, like 4.5 days of travel essentially that you'd be at from when you would have left basically in the later afternoon before initially from Skalovik till now. You're now in like the later parts of the afternoon. The sun is starting to set. It's still light out a little bit, but you do still have a little bit of light to travel with if you wanted to, or if you just wanted to take rest, you could do so now.
What do you guys think?
I think it's getting dark. I think I would like to move on, but it's still probably not the most wise.
Does this seem like a decent place to camp?
Yeah. You got the water at one side of you, and then just kind of like open view of grassland on the other.
Well, you guys can see the mountain, I hope.
Where?
What they?
Center points, you turn around, it's right there. You can see it in the
Oh.
distance.
Do you know which one to go on?
Yeah,
Which one looks the tallest?
Hard to tell.
That one.
Those two are kind of similar size.
Yeah.
Maybe once we get closer, we'll get a better We might have to walk through them a bit to kind of really figure it out, but
Maybe getting up high will make it easier to tell.
Maybe if you turn into your little thing, your little starry. Wait, we don't see the stars, do we?
you see a little blue wisp.
Okay, so
He
it's-
he can fully turn into like a big
But
bird.
I can turn into a giant eagle.
you can turn into a giant eagle.
I can. I
That'd be
did.
very helpful.
It might.
That'd be kind of scary.
You're all
We
like,
don't really have to do it now.
you're all like nervous to turn back into that thing.
Do it now.
Yeah, you did kind of get frozen.
If that witch is out here, we're fucked. So
I think we could.
Why
If
would
it's
you
just
even
us
say
versus
that?
her.
Why would you put
Yeah.
that into our heads?
he brought it up.
Why did you even say that? Why would you put that into our heads?
Whoa. I was just saying.
Well, I
We
think
don't need
last
more
time-
obstacles.
Last time he fell from the sky. That's all.
Last time
Last
we
time you did
we
this
were also
guy.
fighting Hjalfgar, Magni,
Yeah, I think she's.
whoever else.
I think we just
If it's just us versus her,
We don't really know what's out here though.
that's true.
Any witches out here?
And you guys follow me.
No, I'm just
That's a witch.
Interesting. You decided to ask
So
me.
which one tags out? That's so good.
She's.
That clip's so good.
She's the truth.
All right, well we can set up camp here then.
Probably look for some wood to burn.
Yep.
There's definitely some twigs and such laying around. You can see smaller kind of broken trees that you could break apart, cut down pretty easily. Bring back and start to make a fire. So at this point, you guys are on another journey to another mountain. Before you went to the Grimlock, to that mining depot, but this time you have headed south. The weather itself is much nicer than your last travel, so the journey already is off to a better start. The gap in time still feels pretty odd, but there's also like something to kind of marvel at it, and this kind of great mystery of the adventures you've kind of been on and find yourself in, and these kind of situations. You start to realize as a party you've done a lot as well. Lived a much more adventurous life than many other Vikings probably have in the past that you've known. You've all kind of made a name for yourselves in your own right through your kind of travels and exploits within the group, and a lot of this you start to really think about as you're sitting here and kind of looking amongst each other. Now at this point your focus has shifted away from the affairs of the greater good of all, or to fight off or protect the village and Vikings from some sort of a threat, to now being like helping one of your own. Before you had like this trial with Sigurd that you helped him with, and that was something that was kind of set before you
Started
within
it
the
all,
village
yeah.
to do. You know, you've had Brodir's tribulations that have manifested along the way. This, however, is like a deliberate journey to help a fellow Viking on like a personal level. So it kind of seems to, in this moment when you start to think about it, mean a lot more. And speaking of, all of you making camp along the side of the lake here in a suitable place that you kind of deem fit. Lyra, you kind of begin looking amongst the camp, kind of in the dull glow of the fire illuminating the party, and looking amongst all the people who have decided to, like, basically risk their lives without even hesitation to come along with you and help. You know that you've helped in the past and just kind of merged yourself into this group, but to kind of realize it right now in this moment too of like, they have nothing to gain from it, right? Like they're doing it pretty selflessly to just help you and help your brother. They also have very little information on all of it too. Blindly followed. Like you gave them very like straightforward. This is what's happening. This is what I have to do. Will you help me? And they all just said yes, and they're now here, kind of with you.
Pretty good friends.
Alright.
Yeah,
Some
they're
of them
okay.
are good. What's up?
Brody, you're great first. So he was like, okay, I have no information.
I said some of them are good, and then I looked at you. What do you? What?
Suspicious.
Only if you take it that way.
That's fair.
So at this point, around the fire, you can hear it kind of crackling. It pops every now and then. The air at night is cool with like this kind of slight breeze. The warmth of the fire as well as the slight breeze from the wind every now and then kind of keeps you in this just perfect state of comfort to where you're ready to rest for the night. The ground itself is soft. It's this kind of like grassland area that you found yourself in, a little bit north of where the mountain range really starts to pick up and elevate. The forestry is there and the kind of rocky cliff edges of some spots, to where right now you are in what you'd imagine is probably going to be the most comfortable spot you're going to be in for the next little bit of time. So you kind of take it in, cherish it. Food, however you guys would eat, if anybody makes something or whatever.
You guys want some baked potatoes?
Hell yeah.
I make some baked potatoes.
Okay, yeah. Lyra makes up some baked potatoes for everybody. She has a bunch of like little like green onions that were as well brought.
Oh yeah.
You guys eat
gotta eat cheese.
the potatoes as
That's
well.
what I was hoping
We
for.
got butter.
We got butter?
Yeah, because you can make butter
We
in
got
4
butter.
days. You can't make cheese in 4 days.
We got butter.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
All those fancy spells.
But you guys do
Yes,
have
make cheese.
a pretty decently made meal. I'd say
Level
you
9,
guys
sorry.
probably also would have had
Making cheese is a
if-
milestone.
if Voktesh would have been able to bring some sort of meat, at least for like the first
Chicken,
meal
right?
you guys would have had.
Probably would have been
Yeah, I was thinking chicken.
A few chickens or whatever it might be. So like this first night that you guys start to kind of rest and sit here, I'd say it's pretty obvious kind of Lyra makes like a good meal for all of you guys right now. Like goes on, like takes the time seasoning up everything really well, preparing the chicken, cooking it up, the baked potatoes themselves. Like it takes a little bit of time, but by the time it's all done and made, like it's very good. You know that you're gonna need it. You have a little bit of a journey ahead of you, and most of the meals you're gonna eat from here are gonna be, you know, you guys yourselves don't typically like dry meats within the village. It's just something that you haven't done ever before. You haven't cured anything with salts. You don't really have enough of it to do so. But you do on occasion have some from like Gatland or whatever it may be, where like shit just kind of seems to float around, where you have these small rations of this stuff. It's not a ton though. Like of the rations you have, there's very little of it that's actually like dried meats. Most of it though is like some sort of vegetables, fruits, like that won't like, you know, rot immediately.
We didn't just
but,
bring
like,
5 chickens with us.
yeah, right.
That's what I was thinking. We have so many of them. We
Yeah.
could have just kept them on the boat.
You definitely will have
Pre-slaughtered them.
some food along the way, but it's going to diminish the longer that you're out and about. So
Go back to all
also a lot of the times when you are traveling, you do hunt, and like you have Sigurd with you, where like I just equate most of the rationing and stuff to him being able to find some sort of meal for like the day. Where you're going, you're not sure if you're going to have that, so you probably prepared a little bit more. So you do have a good amount of supplies to be ready for your journey ahead of you,
I got
of
8
which you
cheese
are
and
really
bits.
unsure of what it is going to entail. You've traveled mountains before. The Underdark part of it is something very new to everybody. You guys rest, wake up the next day, fully restored, ready to begin your journey. You gather up your things. The boat itself gets kind of tied off to a branch or something on shore or a rock, whatever it might be, just to anchor it a little bit more. You really don't leave anything behind. You basically put in the boat what you're going to carry and take with you. Brody and Kane definitely take the brunt of like supplies as far as extra things. There's some extra split kind of firewood probably inside of there with some kindling, fire starting stuff. Rope and such that you guys would have separately, whatever you have in your inventories. But nonetheless, you have gathered your things and start trekking toward the mountain range itself. Eventually, I'd say probably from where you are to where you start to travel is about a day's worth of travel, to where you rest one more time, wake up the next day. The terrain is pretty forgiving along the way. It's not by any means like really hilly or like stressful on your legs. Like you're not feeling the cramping in your muscles from walking so much. It's this kind of nice open grassland, kind of like meadows essentially. But you can see now in the distance, there is this slight kind of overcast, but you can see piercing through the veil of clouds a large peak. From where you kind of were before, like set to the side, there's a little bit of mountain range that was kind of blocking your perspective to some point, to where when you kind of wrap around and the cloud cover is not as dense and it's a little bit brighter outside, you can see a large peak kind of singular, obvious tall peak. You can see this light kind of gray stone makeup of it. The jagged outline and clouds in the sky make this kind of scenic view in the back. You can see birds flying amongst the peaks, kind of around. These sparse and scattered pine trees feather the edges of the mountain range. You can see the tall peak is not much taller than like an average-sized mountain in the Fjallheim, but it's substantial enough mountain nonetheless. Especially one that will, if you're going to be required to ascend to the top of it from where you are right now, there's really no clear path to get to the top. So you kind of continue forward. Still a good 2-hour walk before you will reach the base of the actual mountain range itself. You're kind of on the edge where there's this grassland leading into a forest. You can see little bits of like rocks and stuff that are getting a little bit more prevalent, and then seeing the mountain range in the distance. You travel along that edge in the grassland, along the forest, to where you're now like basically at the base of this mountain range. Approaching, you find a decent slope itself that seems to traverse and wind up toward the mountain range itself, like inward. Unclear of where it goes, and then you see another path that leads through the bit of forest that sits at the base of the mountain, also unsure of where that goes. You have before you 2 obvious paths that lead toward the mountain range, one being through the forest and one being like up the actual mountain itself.
I will become the giant eagle.
Okay.
And I will scout them ahead for I can be in the wild shape form for 4 hours. I will probably not spend that much time doing it. But
Okay.
I would spend
3 hours and 59 minutes.
I would spend enough time to get to hopefully be able to get a general idea of.
Good perception.
I do. I have a +8.
Well, I was just wondering, because as the giant eagle, I'm pretty sure you're strong enough to carry someone with you, so you might want to bring someone else just to be able to spot things too.
Let me check.
I can't see.
Giant eagle's like ginormous.
I'd say as
Yeah.
long as it's not Brody or Kane, that's fine. They can be on your back.
Pick me up, brother.
Maybe I can see.
You ever see a bird trying to fly with something on its back, dude? Don't worry, can't carry him.
Giant eagle, not in this book. I think it's in like the DMG.
Eagle.
Dude, I've seen a normal eagle pick up a goat. I think a giant eagle has got a normal person.
Whoa! How'd that happen?
Giant weasel.
Close enough.
Giant eagle. Large.
Is it in there?
Giant weasel eagle.
What page?
This is the
No.
monster manual.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I'm
I didn't get that one yet.
imagine.
I'm about to buy it right now. Fuck you.
You want that instead?
Baited.
This one is a large celestial in this for some reason.
How the fuck is this page?
But yeah, I would say that you could put a person on your back.
Okay. Would anybody like to accompany me on my?
Dude, pick me
flight?
up.
I just know I'll fall.
I'll go. I don't have good perception, but I can give you the help action.
I don't have.
Oh, it
I
does
have
say
house
large celestial.
ignorance, but I don't have a sheet.
I have 16 strength as the giant eagle.
I'm gonna
And then
do
it's
so.
large, doesn't that
Oh, I
like
guess I have proficiency.
It is
in
large.
perception.
increase it more?
like-
I forgot how it does that.
I don't know how that works. But I could carry like almost 400 pounds.
Alright, so Steiner
Yeah, sure.
says he'll go with you, and then you transform into the eagle. Kind of
Draw
like go
me.
down to the ground, the wings kind of swirl out. The light blue
It's probably
energy
good
kind of
that you
shimmering
go
over you as you do
so.
so. Get on the back, and then he begins to ascend upward. Both of you make perception checks.
Hell yeah! I think I'll just.
Actually, just do your.
I was gonna say. I think I'll just give you the help action because I don't add anything to it. So.
I feel like that's usually cleaner, anyways. Just having one person roll
Yeah.
for certain things.
Don't fuck this up.
I did.
Wait, how bad? I can give you a D4 too. How bad is it? Okay. Do some calculations.
I work those.
You still want the extra D4?
I can give myself an extra first.
Okay. Let's see how high we go.
Currently at
17? I'll give you a D4. I'm gonna spend 1 sorcery point on bend luck. You can add 2 more to that, so 19.
19.
I think.
You're just
Alright, so once you begin to fly up, the path to the left, where the forest kind of goes into, you can see that the forest goes like up, like you can see it getting higher into the mountain range. It's pretty thick to where like you can't see into it, but you do see that it like, where this path would lead, it doesn't seem like there's an obvious part where the forest keeps going or where it goes up the mountain range. You would imagine if there is anything there, it would probably go through it in a way. And then the path that's leading up and kind of winding almost has the same appearance. Like you kind of fly up and can get a better look at that, to where you can see these kind of paths where the slope kind of goes upward, and then there's like a bit of rock or something, and there's like a carved out, eroded like hole in it where water would just like keep running down eventually and make like these paths that are here. So like there's a part of one cliff or mountainside that has a hole blown through it where it's like kind of a tunnel but not quite a tunnel, that it goes through, and then seems to probably do the same thing where it's not quite like ascending upward. Like both paths that you were just looking at don't seem that they ascend upward too much. They just seem to be like going through in a way.
How long does fly last?
10 minutes.
You can twin spell it too, can't you?
I don't know if I can. I'll have to check. Actually, I think fly is one of the ones I can twin spell. Why?
I feel like we just.
That's true.
I mean, I can fly higher, but
I mean, you can fly.
I think he's
Yeah.
talking about so that we don't have
If
to
me
climb a
and-
mountain.
If me and Kane get fly cast on us, we could carry one person.
I don't actually know if I have twin spell names. Let me check all my.
I'm gonna telepathically communicate with Steiner via my mind link feature and ask him if he has any thoughts about which path looks better, because they both look like shit to me.
Oh god! Bird noises in my head. I think it seems that at the very least, like the path up the mountain gets us closer, but I don't know. Honestly, they both don't look that great to me.
We could fly further, but I don't want to waste everybody's time.
Yeah. I don't know. We could do it in. We could go as far as the path takes us, and then work out the best way to get to where we're going from there. I don't know. Maybe we can spot another path along the way or something.
If I follow the right path a little bit further, and like kind of where that carving is that you're talking about, can I see beyond that at all?
Yeah, when you start to look, like even if you were to fly down into it a little bit and then come out, because you can see like the way that the mountain is like set up, like there's this huge part of it that like breaks down, like a slope that's on it, like one side of the mountain, and then essentially there's this hole blown through it where this path is leading, and then you would have to like almost fly through it. Like it'd be easier to fly down into that than it would be to fly up over it to get to the
Okay.
other side of where it is. It kind of goes through like a little bit of like a tunnel, and then once it kicks out the other side, so like once you fly through and like make your way out the other side, you can see that it starts to kind of branch up in a bunch of different like sloping paths that start to really get like steep. Like they start to like really go up. Where like as you're looking at it, you're probably going to need to like climb some parts like through this way, and like
Okay.
looking at it too, like I'll even say like as you're flying in that area, like around the mountain itself, you take like a couple of quick paths around before you start to head back, and you can see the mountain itself doesn't really have like especially like that center peak, like you can't even see anything with that yet. You're just trying to get over this initial range or bit of mountain here. There's no like good path that just kind of goes up and over. Like some of it looks like it needs to be climbed up and over and like traversed. There's not really like even further down along the way, like all of the mountains themselves, the parts that have these eroded kind of waterways where like rain would just kind of make a natural path into the the side of the mountains. They're not great. The Fjallheim has a lot better paths and like deliberate like grades that go up. These kind of at the base of it seem like they do, but these mountains themselves are really like sheer kind of peaks to where like the rain just goes down and then starts to make paths lower. So there are, I will also say, like as you're being up higher, being able to see, there are some like kind of cutouts in the sides of them where like you can, if you get to them, have a little bit of like a path to walk along, but for the most part, like it looks like a lot of climbing.
Okay.
Specifically in this route. As far as like where the trees go, like that's.
I guess we could try looking at that route further.
Yeah, I don't know how much time has passed.
At most 40 minutes.
Okay, then yeah, I'll take the time to go check the other way too.
Okay. With the other path, it kind of works a little better with Steiner actually being like on your back, because you can kind of fly over to where the trees actually start to end in the mountain range, because essentially like everything is starting to slope upward, right? Like you can feel that, and as the trees are going too, they're growing on that upward path, so you can see them growing like up, like the forest going into the mountain range. Almost where like if this is the mountain range, like it's kind of growing upward against it, and then it kind of stops at a certain point of like where the mountain is kind of sheared down into it. There's like a tree up against it, whatever it might be. But you can see this like path, like where rain would kind of be coming down from something to like make this like in between where the trees are, like a decent gap. It's not like a huge like road or like paved like gravel down or anything, but like there's an obvious cutout within the forestry that makes you like look at it and go like, oh, like, you know, you can walk this way. It's not just like tree on tree and it's like super dense. There's an opening that you can traverse through.
Okay.
Flying through it, not great, but like you can fly up toward like where it ends in the mountain range itself, and you can kind of like step down and like try to get a better look. It's a little shaky though, like there's like a little bit of like a drop here, or the mountain itself, like some parts of it you'd have to be a damn goat to like stand on it, right? Like you can't like just put your feet on solid ground there. It's like slippery. It's sleep like steep.
Yeah, I have a goat deer for it.
You are able to kind of get off and look at where like you're kind of standing up on like a ledge, like looking down into the forestry itself. You're kind of peering around, looking through the cracks in there, and you can see like a cave opening. Essentially, like a bunch of rock that's kind of broken off to the side, where like the trees and stuff are kind of all grown up around it, but something has over time kind of washed out this certain spot where there is an opening here, or it is just a cave entrance that goes through. The only thing that makes you think that it goes through and it's not just like a cave that stops is the path that is kind of eroded from the tree line of the forestry. Like the ground itself is not just like grass, it's like wore out. You can see it kind of going in different directions. There's bits of rock sediment all throughout it as well. So with that, you can probably make a decent decision of which way you would want to go.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a toss-up of which one you think is going to be better.
I think it's going to be easier for us to go that way,
Yeah, I think so too.
personally.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
And I can transform into a goat.
Meh.
So, yeah, we'll fly back.
Okay.
Imagine being a giant eagle that could just fly to the top, and then you come back down, turn into a goat, and then start climbing the mountain.
It's a lot funnier. And I'm just like,
The fucking mountain is like this, and he's just...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's balanced right there.
untransformed. So I think the path through the forest is going to be better. Steiner, would you agree?
Yeah, I think this one's a lot. It's wild. It's not going to be great either way we go, but the forest seems a little bit less rough.
Might take us a little bit longer, but
Yeah,
we're not going to have to climb mountains.
there's definitely some really sketchy spots, but it's kind of just this mountain range is a lot less traversed and more wild. It seems like.
So, not going up the mountain means we're going up the mountains?
It kind of winds around, but it does lead up into the mountains after a while.
We need to get to the peak, and so the least amount of climbing we do before we get there, I think it'll be better. If we can kind of just traverse around the other mountain peaks till we get to the one we need to be at.
Could be.
Alright, you guys gather your stuff and start heading down through there. It is tight enough to where, like, walking, like, 2 by 2 is a little tight. So it's not like a nice smooth path. It's got a little elevation to it. There's little rocks along the way, broken tree parts. There's even a spot where like one tree is snapped over the other and you kind of have to duck underneath it. There's shrubbery everywhere. You're kind of watching your footing as you're kind of moving through. You can see also there's like these, and I'd say Sigrid kind of points it out. Hey, watch your steps. There's animal traps all over the place. You can see like little like noose things tied to the side. You can see bear traps and shit that are like over in these certain paths.
Do they look newish or like they've been here for a long time?
There's shit kind of grown up over them and whatnot. Some of them are like engaged. You can see like bones that are next to it and such. But for the most part, like none of them are active like on the path where you're worried about it. But you can see that at some point or another, somebody may have been here or whatnot. Doesn't seem new by any means. Doesn't seem freshly set. You can just see a lot of like the sticks fell over with like rope and stuff with them, to where like you could see some semblance of what a trap probably was there before, and it doesn't really make sense if it was anything else. But you get to a point where the forest stuff starts to end. It takes you probably like a good 10 or so minutes to like walk to that edge, and then you get to what you can see is this obvious opening in the side, a lot of broken, kind of crumbled rock to the side as well, and darkness leading inward.
Onward? We light up some torches.
Might be a good idea.
Everybody's got torches?
I just brought food.
Got torches.
We got wood. There's a forest right there.
What?
That's a good point.
I think my intelligence is 10, I'm sorry.
I also added to my
This means
supplies
average.
wood bundles, but I think I was intending to save those for the higher mountains and the caves.
Alright, you start making your way through the tunnel, and you do realize how damp it is inside of here. There's a lot of water that's like puddled in certain spots along the edges. You can hear it kind of dripping from the ceiling itself. You know that there's not really like any sort of rain expected. It didn't look like it outside, and you realize very quickly that's probably a pretty good thing, because if it rains enough, this might even fill up a little bit, just because of how much water you can see along the like ceiling of it. Brody, you're kind of ducked down right now. It is not super tall in here. It may be at best like 7 foot, maybe 6.5 foot ceilings in some spots. Starting to make your way through, you can hear and feel your feet against the puddles on the stone floor. The stone itself right now, it doesn't appear to be like the same stone you saw before, but you're kind of being mindful of it, of like the cave walls themselves. This is like kind of like a light gray, more of like the mountains you'd be used to.
Does it feel right? Like, can I sense anything?
No, not right now.
It just feels like a cave.
Yeah.
Do I feel like we're going in the wrong direction? No. Okay.
Does the stone look familiar?
No. What we're looking for is. Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say we're looking for a really dark stone almost with little black pieces all over it. Why did you say
It's pretty dark
Is
in
it-
here.
It's pretty dark in here,
There's
but
stone.
that's not. Did you
Is that-
listen
I
to
don't
the
see
description
any.
at all?
I don't see any little black flecks in it.
Is that the
No.
is it the cave we're looking for to get to the Underdark, or we need to find the cave in the Underdark?
I've never been to the Underdark.
Well, I think we
wouldn't
still
know.
need to get to the top of the mountain.
Yeah,
I was just wondering if this
We
is
need
the
to get through
same
this
stone.
cave.
this just isn't it yet.
I was just for future reference, but
It might be
Walking
a cave
through,
anyway, I don't
you kind
know.
of scurry up a couple of like rats that are along the side that start rushing through. They look to be. The funny part was your face. A couple of random other critters and bugs along the walls as well, kind of scurry away from the light as you start to shine it through. About 2 hours or so of walking through this, and it starts to get narrower, to where you're starting to kind of duck down a little bit.
You even more.
I'm like fucking on my knees crawling, dude.
At some point, you see a bit of light, like in the distance. It's hard to tell with the torchlight kind of in your eyes as well.
Put it
But
behind
you
me.
do see the light at the end of this tunnel here.
Should we go?
Go towards the light, or
It takes maybe about 10 or so minutes more of traveling before the light becomes a lot more apparent. The actual tunnel itself opens up a little bit more, and you didn't really realize how the tunnel itself was like kind of going up very, very slightly along the whole path you were taking. So once you step out, you are standing on what appears to be, so you can see in front of you the base of another mountain, essentially, where you're at. And it's going right down to like where this is, and you can see this kind of path of where water would probably travel into where you are, and then like up both sides of where you're at, like sitting at this base of the mountain. There's like they're kind of paths. They're not quite great. It's more of like a bunch of these like broken, jagged steps up, like going further. And you can see where you are, just gauging at the mountain that you're looking at. This is not the tallest one. Like you can see a little bit of shape behind, like you're looking up at it, so you can't really see behind it. But you do know, like gauging it, like kind of looking at it, it's not super tall. This one may be 700 or 800 feet. The other one is probably closer to 1,000 or 1,200 or so. Just looking at the distance and kind of gauging it that way. It could be a little bit smaller, could be a little bigger, but just looking at it, you know that this is not the mountain that you were looking for. But the only path that you have right now is up.
straight on through it to the sides?
So the path, like,
Or just to the
so you're looking at the mountains, like one side of the mountain,
Yeah.
right? You've come out the tunnel. Both sides, like where you're kind of sitting in,
Mhm.
it's almost like this central funnel of where
I
water
see.
has kind of fallen into and between a bunch
So
of
we
mountain
can kinda
ranges.
either go
Yeah,
right
you can go up left or up right. It's just a bunch of jagged, broken pieces of rock up the mountainside, as opposed to like a really sheer kind of drop. You actually have the ability to kind of climb up, but it's not like a step up. It's like you're climbing up some rocks, like free climbing, basically up a 10-foot section, a 15-foot section, a 10-foot section, a 5-foot section.
Where's
You have to
Alex
keep
Honnold
going up.
Man.
Who?
Alex Honnold.
He said, I'll free solo this D&D
Yeah,
mountain.
he fucking went to do
Is
a
Reese
cell too.
Was he supposed to be? Okay.
Did we spot him at the village at all, or did he head out, dude?
No, he was there.
We seen him?
Yeah.
Just a
Does
villager.
he hate us?
He got
He's
a
a
job.
villager
He
now.
got a job. He's just a villager now.
Said,
Downgraded.
he said, I'm a villager for now, guys.
Damn.
So it's up to you. I mean, it's not really up to you. You can either turn around and go back and try the other path, or you can start to climb up this.
Which way you guys wanna...
Let's go right.
Alright? Alright.
May as well not backtrack.
Yeah.
I mean, you looking at
I've
it,
also,
you do kind of just decide it's it's one way or the other. It's going to be the same. So you start climbing up. I need athletics checks from everybody.
Oh.
Can I also, part
I'm
of
good at
my
those.
supplies I brought was a bunch of rope.
Yeah.
Can we, like,
Wait, I don't mind set up.
I don't know if we want to tie ourselves together while we're climbing, or if you guys think that's a bad idea, but I figured if
Could
we're
have made that guy make us fucking pins or whatever you hit into the wall. We didn't though. That
I don't
guy's-
have those, but
Yeah.
ropes might be good. Athletics.
17.
I could try climbing up and like tying him to a rock.
Can I do it athletic or acrobatically?
Yeah, athletics or acrobatics.
Thank God.
Hell yeah.
That's cocked as hell. Maybe I should
Whoa.
roll a dice tray.
Natural 20.
More than 10.
Oh, let's go with 17. I can do that.
Ready?
Oh, I can't use it on myself. Brody.
It is. Why I forget how things work. 19.
Oh yeah, and natural 20. Okay. All pretty good checks. So with that, I will just kind of say, you guys begin climbing it. You get about halfway up, you feel the fatigue, like you are in the thick of it. Brody said that he could probably climb some spots, tie a rope, and like let it fall to help with the ease of climbing up in some spots to relieve the stress of it and the exhaustion, which he probably does a couple times. There are some spots where, like for Brody, it's like 2-3 steps up, but other people, you guys are really having to like climb and navigate because he can just like grab the ledge and kind of strong arm himself up. Voltash is just cruising through, no issues. You guys don't really seem to be struggling a lot traversing this mountain part like right here. You get to the top, it takes a good probably 40 or so minutes to just completely climb up to the next spot of where you are. And where you get up is like kind of the peak of this mountain, right? Like you can see there's this kind of edge to it where it kind of wraps around a little bit and you can kind of walk this edge. The edge itself though is probably only 3.5, maybe 4 feet wide, so it's not like super large, it's not like a big platform. Once you get to the top though, you very obviously see the actual mountain that it is that you'll be looking for. And it's probably, I'd say 500 or so feet away from where you are at this top part, and then another 400 feet up from where you are right now. So you can see the top of it, like it is right there in front of you, essentially. It's a little difficult to see like a clear path to like get actually to the mountain or down from where you are or whatever it might be. You start looking around and can see the actual mountain across from you has a couple of like spots on it where there's like a ledge essentially, and then you can see, well, it's a little far away so you can't really make that out, but you can see some ledges that are on the actual mountain itself, and they're kind of staggered and all over the place. There's not a path leading up the actual mountain itself, like wrapping around or something that would be really easy. Once you get up here, like I said, it's tough to actually see a true path of which way to go. For the side that you're on now, like looking down, you can see a little bit of like steps that go down maybe of like big chunks of rock. Another spot where there's chunks of rock where you would have to like really very carefully traverse downward to get toward the other mountain. But it's just kind of like this deep, kind of steep V of where both of these mountains kind of meet right now, where like the smaller one is like kind of to the bottom part of the other, and you're kind of sitting at it looking at it like this, like you're up here and this is the other mountain, like you're kind of sitting at this top of this one, and there's just like a sheer peak like that steeply drops between both of them.
How far down is the drop?
I think we just, if you can fly Fat Boys, and I'll shuttle everybody else across.
I can only do one for now.
Can't spell it.
I don't have
How
the
far
twin
away?
spell meta
You said we
magic
could
at
see
the
the
moment.
peak. How far away is the peak?
The peak's like 500 feet
It's
away.
640. It's 640 feet from where we're at to there, based on the numbers he said.
Thanks for doing that.
I did the math.
It's about 640 feet.
You think I could fly there with someone and just?
Well, 640 feet is
You're what, 60 feet with fly?
yeah, and you can still dash, so you could do 120.
If you want to burn the spells to do it, I will say that you can make
Is-
the trips to the...
Is the mountain across the one we're looking for? Or?
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the 2 hours or so of you traveling in that tunnel, like, took you through a lot of shit,
Okay.
especially because you.
I think it's worth it.
I can get everybody there except for Kane and Brodier.
Okay. Well,
Because they're fat as fuck. I mean, they're very
Well,
strong young men.
if I only have to spend, I can get a free 3rd level spell with my Pearl of Power.
Okay.
So I can spend the fly, and then it's like I'm not down any spell slots. So I can do that, and then, he could just get everybody across within the 10 minutes.
Dude, we're strong boy, not fat boy.
I'd say between you burning a shapeshift charge and the spell slot, everybody will be able to get across.
Okay.
Kind of doing both.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I will cast it. I do still have to roll for
You don't think I
my
could just
magic.
throw him that far? No.
See how far you can throw me.
You can try.
Do not fireball us.
Now we're good.
Boom!
It was a 3.
He did it just because.
Yeah, I cast. Oh, sorry, they both start with F.
Fly, fireball, oops.
They're right next to each other in the spell.
incantation that time. My bad, guys.
Whoops.
Alright, so one by one, whether it is from Brodier kind of flying across, or you flying across as the eagle, helping people get to the other side, up to the actual peak itself as well, you can see that there are these steps, like I said, going up, like these ledges essentially, and then as you get closer you start to see in between them ropes that are kind of like going across and like staked into the actual thing. Some of them are broken and kind of fallen off. Once you get up to the actual like part where you're at the top and kind of get set down, there is a bit of a platform that's there to where you can actually like see the top of the mountain. So you're kind of like, top of the mountain's here, right? And then right underneath it is where that ledge is, and there's like a little bit of like a step to get up, but you can get to the top part of the actual mountain. There's a little bit of rocks and stuff that are sitting around, but there is enough of a ledge where you guys can kind of sit up here momentarily as you're kind of getting dropped off one by one. You notice, the two of you, as you're flying back and forth, Voltaire, I'll say specifically, like as you're flying and kind of like look back, you can see one of those ropes that's kind of going across has like a skeleton like hanging upside down from it, as if it were to have fallen and been stuck. You can see one of them just kind of like dangling, like one of the ropes are there. The parts of the rock are kind of broken. Even when you set like a couple people up there, like closer to the edge, and rocks kind of start to like trickle and fall down. Like it's a fucking long way down, and this mountain itself is not by any means like it's very steep. Like it's super tall, kind of pointed. It's not very wide and like a normal mountain would kind of be. It's really just like this huge pointed rock. It doesn't have much of a base to it. It's just this huge summit essentially.
Once everybody gets placed down, can I kind of fly around the peak a little bit to see if I can find where this alleged entrance is supposed to be?
Back and forth, eventually everyone getting there, and you just kind of pick up a little bit more and fly up. And basically right from where you guys are on that ledge, there's like a couple of rocks, like bigger kind of rocks that you can kind of like wiggle your way in between and kind of climb up to get to what you see at the top is this maybe 50... probably bigger than that. Maybe like 70 or so foot wide and like diameter hole that is just in the top of the mountain.
Oh, so it's like
It
literally
is.
just a hole at the very peak of the mountain. Okay.
That's so menacing.
Throw the ring in and let's go!
Right. You know they didn't just, they weren't like at the top of it like that.
I'm fully aware.
I never know with him.
I've seen the damn ass movie.
Which one? Which one did they do that?
But you make your way back again, transform once more back into your normal self, and inform them of the way to get up there. You're basically right next to it. The ground itself, where you're standing on, is solid, but you feel uneasy. You are 1,200 feet up in the air. You have heard in the background rocks like like trickling down the side of the mountain
That's so
itself.
fucked.
Like you, every now and then, as you're standing up here, like maybe 4 feet from the edge, and you step like maybe once back to like turn and look, and you can hear like another like of a rock kind of trickling down the side, to where deciding to go up and into the mountain seems to be the option rather sooner than later, as opposed to just standing and waiting on the
Why do
outside. So you start climbing up. You can see, like I said, these two like rock faces that are kind of together. Where you can kind of climb up one. You have to reach over to the other to climb up and get to the other spot
How
there.
high up is the climb?
It's like 10 feet.
This is where I'm sacrificing you guys.
Hell yeah.
I'm a turncoat.
I could just get to the top
Really?
and pull everybody up, but 10 feet, you guys should be able to climb that. You guys
I'm
can't climb
falling.
that.
I'm falling.
I can catch you
I'll take a slide.
I'm
with
falling.
my fucking.
On purpose.
You just get grabbed by a tree and yoinked next to me. You're not even allowed to jump.
I'm climbing. What do? We gotta climb to the top.
It's like
Yeah,
10
so it's
feet.
only like a 10-foot difference. There's like two rock faces that are kind of like this together, and you have to kind of get in between and climb up in them. It's not a huge difference. I'm not even making you guys roll checks to get up into it.
That's okay.
But as you get to the top part,
I rolled really bad.
there is like maybe a 2.5 or 3 foot ledge in width that's there, to where like some of you are leaning up against the rock that's behind there, kind of looking down. And when you look down into the actual okay, you look down into the actual like mountain itself, it just looks like a drop down.
They
into
don't
the
have
actual
a convenient
mountain.
staircase?
That's why I brought.
Dude, what the fuck?
I guess that's why I brought a
I
rope.
mean, I guess I'll do
We you think lighting a torch and dropping it down is a bad idea?
It might be
It's a
kind of
good
funny.
idea.
Alright.
We can measure the distance based on the amount of time it takes for it to fall.
What if there's like natural gas coming up?
Boom! Turns into a volcano.
Why don't you just turn into a giant eagle again and escort us down safely?
I
It
cannot.
might not even be wide enough for that.
You know, it is.
Individually.
Oh, it
So
is?
the top part of the mountain is like 70 feet in diameter,
Oh.
and you guys are on like this little 3 foot ledge, and you're looking down into this
Are
70
we sure
foot
this isn't a
volcano.
volcano?
Feels very volcano-y.
I just think it'd be good to know how far before we decide to do anything.
So turn into an.
The fire goes out.
Drop the torch down. Torch starts to kind of plummet down into the mountain. The amount of light that it sheds is not enough to reach the edges of the actual mountain itself, so you can just see as it's kind of falling downward. There are no barriers in between that it hits. It just continues to
gets
descend
thrown
further
back
and
up.
further and further and further, before eventually, at some point, seems to tap some rock or another,
That's encouraging.
before it kind of trickles over to the side and the light itself fades from your eyes. From what you could see on the outside, like gauging where it is, where that torch had kind of fallen all the way down was probably every bit of 1,000 feet.
If we run really
Nice.
fast along the sides,
Wait, he's onto something. I only brought 100
So
feet of
stupid.
rope, so
That doesn't.
I didn't think we were gonna need 1,000 feet of rope.
Well, I don't even think
Wait, how many
1,000
feet do
feet
we
of
have?
rope would really work.
100. That's what I brought. I didn't know it was gonna be a huge drop. I thought it was gonna be like a gradual descent.
I don't know that I expected either. I mean, I guess when you get told that you're going to have to jump into a mountain, you should expect to bring 1,000 feet of rope.
Yeah, you probably.
So just dive head first, see what happens.
Guy who has
Do we
wings.
hear anything when it hit the bottom?
it didn't go.
There's no sound of water splashing, if
Yeah,
that's what you're
shit.
asking.
That's
The
all.
Aim
only
for the
sound you heard
bushes.
was- so as it dropped, it hit like something about 1,000 feet down, like another rock or something, and
About
kind of clanked and
1,000.
like rolled and then fizzled out.
Okay.
And when it did that, it was like
Mm-mm.
tiny. Like you
can-
can see the upper probably 100 or 200 or so feet just from like the sun and whatever shining in, and like there's random ledges and stuff to it, but like where you are right now to like get to those, you don't really see like a really clear, obvious path essentially.
We are cooked.
I can spend another spell slot if we think it's the only way down.
I think. We gotta get down there.
You have to take a long rest in a volcano.
I don't need to take. You know, I mean, I won't have the spell slots, but I'll only be down one.
I'll be down on my wild shapes.
I need those.
Well, we could go down and then rest, or we could rest here and then go down.
I think we should go down and then rest.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah,
Think down there is safer than right here.
it's kind of what we
Absolutely.
Okay.
kind of what we got to do, given that we don't have enough rope. All right. Well, good
Imagine planning.
luck. Safe.
I am once again a giant eagle.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wild magic
Need to
is
make
now
it-
18. Spent the spell slot. I'm going to use my Pearl of Power to gain it back. So I have spent effectively 1/3 of the spell slot.
Before I turn into the giant eagle, I'm just gonna say, so anybody want to go first?
I'll go.
In the hole?
Okay. Here it is. You want to get a torch ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
I get a torch ready.
Well, if I'm casting Fly too, we can do 2 people at a time, right?
Well, I'm about to just turn into an eagle and take her down there. So I just meant like who wants to go first, because they're gonna whoever gets down there is gonna be left down there. So
Yeah.
Well, that's
I'm
what I'm
dead.
saying.
brought
Am
you
I
guys
casting
here.
Fly or no?
you can, yeah.
Okay.
If not, I have to
Depends on
climb
how
down.
far you guys want to get down. Because if you want to get down the same, like, so 600 feet, right? Like, if you're using the fly spell and being able to trip back and forth, like, you'd have to do the eagle and the fly spell.
Yeah.
I'd say if you want to cut it in half and just do the eagle, then you could get down like 300 feet into the mountain,
Oh.
if that makes sense.
Well, I have 4 hours.
Yeah.
Flies 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, you could probably get
Could
like.
also just take the 3 like weaker people down, and then me and Kane can struggle down the mountain.
Well, we would have. I think we would have enough time to get at least. Just with the Fly spell, 2 of the weaker people plus the person that Fly was cast on.
Right. I will say if you want to just use the eagle, you can get down like, 400 or so feet, 500 feet without burning another spell slot to like find a good ledge to like put people down on, but you just have to, like you said, one at a time. Somebody's gonna get left.
I mean, I don't mind casting it as if we're gonna rest.
Yeah.
Either way, even without the rest, I think I'll be
How
fine.
fast is the eagle?
I have a fly
He's
speed of.
fat. I think 90
Like,
feet is
90.
Is 90 plus that?
90
Or-
whole.
Jeez.
It's 80.
Oh,
But I can
Super
be the eagle
slow.
for 4 hours. That's why I was like.
Yeah, that's the only thing is that he can get like way further, I guess, with it, like going kind of back and forth.
well, as long as it doesn't narrow up.
Right.
Because it would only take me 1 minute to fly straight down without doing anything to get 800 feet at 80 feet, right? Because it's 6 seconds for 80 feet.
Yeah, that's one of those things where like the combat mechanic is a
Yeah.
lot weirder than the actual like what it would be. It'd be more like a travel pace kind of thing in my mind. So like they have like if you travel, I think it's like 400 feet. Oh fuck. You can do 400 feet in like a minute, I think, with like traveling, like walking, which I guess sure, I guess you could do like 800. But in my mind, it's crazy to think that in 1 minute you just like, right, like hit 800 feet and then like you come right back up in a minute at 800 feet. Like, it's just a lot, in my opinion.
I feel like bird ascension too is a lot slower than bird descent.
Right, that's what I'm getting at. Like, there's different
That's
like
fair.
factors equated to it. Like, not thinking about it too much. Like, I would just say that you could get probably about 600 or so feet down, like carrying everybody down to a certain point, not having to burn your spell, and then with the bigger guys, you could carry them, but you're gonna be at like half speed. So
Yeah.
it's gonna take a good couple hours, a few hours, just to get kind of.
I'm just gonna cast Fly.
Yeah, that works too. And you're gonna have to basically, like with Fly, like one of you has it, and you're just carry the other big guy straight down to that point of of wherever it would be.
So it's only for 10 minutes. So
Right.
Yeah.
You're not going to be making like trips.
Will I be able to get everybody all the way down then?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah.
Aside from the two big guys, and then like with these to fly again, and that we'll be able to find an appropriate thing. So as you guys start to cast spells and transform and start to fly down, Lyra, you holding a torch, Brodir, you holding cane, essentially, as you start to descend down. As you're flying down, it's not. I'd say you're definitely not doing a dive bomb into the mountain, right? Like you're a little bit weary, a little bit cautious. You cannot see the edges unless you kind of fly toward them. It's really dark. Even with like dark vision, there's not really much to make out on the edges. I don't really know if anybody does, to be honest. I think there might be just sacred.
Lyra still has my wolf cloak, which gives Lyra dark
so she
vision.
has dark vision with that. Okay. So with that, even with dark vision, it's just this kind of blurred gray of chunks of rock on the sides. Even with the torch like lit, like it's just this drop into nothingness. It feels like for the first 400 or 500 feet, before eventually at that 600 foot or so mark, where the base is kind of opening up more a little bit. Not much, like I said, just really this gradual, not gradual, but like sheer drop down. You find what looks to be this kind of
steam train.
ledge, like an outcrop on the actual rock itself, like a chunk of rock that's coming off. It's not super smooth, it's not like a nice ledge, but it is at least a ledge that has what looks to be some sort of descending path on it that you kind of fly below to see where it like keeps kind of going downward. Like you can walk it, but it's going to be kind of tight in some spots, but it's like the best thing you've got with what you're looking at, so you just kind of start bringing kind of people over to that area. A little bit of it goes into the side of the mountain as well. So like some people have to go into that little alcove instead of just standing on the ledge itself. Mm-hmm. The ledge itself in some spots is only like big enough for like a foot to be on, but it is literally the best spot that you have to like put people down on. There is a decent spot that's maybe like 8 or so feet off, like this huge chunk of rock that kind of is off, like a ledge, like a cliff ledge. And then, like I said, there's that little bit of path that's starting to lead down where like, okay, like, this is the first thing I've seen that's actually like something, some semblance of a route that would be downward. And that's just on one side where like, if you were trying to fly around, like you know that it's going to take too much time to start like looking around the whole edge, trying to find what's best. It's like, this is what we got, this is where we're going. You go fly down there, Brodir brings Kane to where now Brodir, Kane, and Lyra are standing on this ledge here. A couple of you are tucked inside. Brodir, when you set Kane down, like kind of near the edge, a little chunk of it kind of like cracks and falls and kind of breaks off and gets a little closer. Nothing big, kind of like fist size maybe, just kind of breaks and falls off to where you realize
I push
parts of it are
Dude! Don't do that!
Push
Let me tell you something!
to where now Sigrid and Steiner are up at the top. Fly up.
I could probably jump.
I'll probably live.
You fly up. Who's you grabbing next, Steiner or Sigrid?
Who? Me? Sigrid, because he's not here. So if something bad happens, I don't care. I'm just kidding.
I need a
Turn
perception
around,
check from
cross my
Kane,
arms and fall.
Brodir, and Lyra, please.
Oh man.
You need a what check?
Perception.
Perception.
Why'd you make that noise?
Also,
what do you mean?
these,
That sounded like kind of like a bat noise, and Billy wouldn't put bats.
are these all in the dark? Can they? Do they need to do this at disadvantage?
Hearing.
Oh,
it's
16.
Good.
16.
It's hearing.
It's hearing based.
I guess it
Yeah,
doesn't
plus 3.
actually do anything while I'm a human.
Human.
5 on it.
Fucking human.
You have advantage on all your dexterity saving throws, don't you?
Dex
Oh,
saves?
I'm listening, dude.
That's
I thought it was
danger
I-
sense.
Yeah, I thought it was anything you could perceive, basically.
I think you have to be able to see it.
Is it seeing?
You want being attacked?
I don't think it's being attacked.
I don't
thought
think
it
it's.
was-
Yeah, I think you just like. It's actually like a thing where you.
Unless they changed it. I thought before it was like a.
Yeah, I thought it was only when you made
Yeah,
saves.
I also think it's a safe thing.
Oh, is it a safe thing? That could be wrong.
I could.
They did
Danger
change it.
sense.
I think they changed it to any time you have to make a dex save.
Oh, it is dex saving throws.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking
Mm-mm.
lame ass barbarian doesn't even know his
Dude,
Whole old class, dude.
Unless you're incapacitated, then you don't get it anymore.
they did change it though, but you just always have it instead of you have something you can see.
Can you guys take some of these bugs home, please? Please. Thank you. There's more at home. I can't have this many. He's gonna be gone this week. Yeah,
Take some with
bugs.
you.
He won't. He's a pussy.
Fucking roasted.
Right here, we have the.
Oh.
Alright.
Right here with what?
You'll
Could be
never.
anything.
You'll never know.
That could
Yeah,
have
find your
been.
own way home, bud.
And you'll never
Buddy.
know.
We gotta leave in a minute.
Butters?
Because we gotta
Alright.
go get Ben.
So, the
Oh, yeah. Benjamin.
Bond, dude?
perception check.
Bonded.
16.
Oh,
Literally bad.
18.
Okay, that is sufficient enough to hear. As you're sitting there, so you hear like these kind of like of the eagle flying up
Then
and
you
away.
hear another set.
No.
When it kind of eventually at some point, Volcash, you're basically flying toward the light at the top that you can see, because you
Okay.
can't see anything else, right? You hear that kind of like, eventually the sound of the giant eagle wings flapping fades away, and you start to hear this like,
Is it a bug?
and then you can hear like this kind of like,
It's a cazador!
you hear these like very fast wind beats that are along the, like kind of echoing throughout this mountain, and you can hear this kind of like digging, burrowing sound against the mountainside
Oh, I know
itself.
what this is. Some fucking bullet, dude.
And
Turn
as
into
you
one.
guys are sitting here, you hear the wing beats, like the very fast kind of insect wing beats before Brody and Kane, as you guys are kind of standing there. Lyra, you're standing. Lyra, you see it before they do. You can see these like gray silhouettes that are moving like in almost like this ball shape towards you, where you can see these kind of like hook-like pincers that are like moving to the side, as well as the wings themselves. And they fly like directly up toward Brodier and go to slam the hooks into his back as they go to like try to grab him and pull him from the ledge of the actual cliff
Get
on
his
itself
ass.
right there.
Rip.
You're like
Looking
basically
fly.
already at the top at this point, trying to get ready to come down.
Dude, I'm about to
You
fight this
probably already
eagle. It's about to
have-
be sick.
You probably already have a Steiner on your back and are starting to descend when you hear the like, and then like Brodier like
standing
yelling
up
like,
on your
"Ugh!" and then you hear that like kind of echo to where you start
you
to
should
like
Please
still be
sound
able to fly, I think.
like dive bomb
Yeah.
down
Unless
into
you're
the
out of
actual
time.
mountainside itself.
Why
You
is
do
it
that?
over today?
With that, we will pick it up there next time.
Are you excited? You get to cast spells off my back.
That's gonna be
I'm
fun.
fully like surfing on your back.
What you're looking at too right now is like a huge beetle that has like a hook on the front, and then it has like these huge pincer kind of arms.
I saw
Cool.
those.
You're evolving.
Baldur's
You're
Gate
evolving,
3.
and I like it. Okay, I was expecting a bullet to just go crashing through the
I
wall.
already used it.
True.
It's already
That
done.
is true. I'll turn into one next week.